Alrighty then, gamers. Good evening to all of you. Hope everyone's had a productive fighting game week and a nice Sunday afternoon at that. Because now we're gonna take you for a little bit of a roller coaster ride for the next 3 hours. Lest you aren't in the know, you are now watching Bounty Hunters FT7. And we are a weekly show match event open to beginners, intermediates, and all the sickos alike. Tonight we are playing 7 matches of Guilty Gear Strive in the first to 7 wins format, which is the other popular way to play fighting games competitively online nowadays, other than the ever so popular double elimination brackets format. I'm, of course, your usual host, QK. Welcome, welcome. Let's get down to business, as they said. Let's check what's in store for this broadcast. So tonight, more than half of our roster is gonna be new blood. Very exciting, and you might you might notice the mini Potemkin gauntlet at the end of the card as well. I assure you, I generally try to avoid mirror matches if possible, but due to circumstances, we are running with 2 of those tonight. And actually, with a quick referencing of our datasheet, it would appear that these would really be the number 2 and number 3 Potemkin mirrors ever to be had on Bounty Hunters. I believe the first was during the very first month of Guilty Gear Strive at the very beginning of time. I believe it was Bounty Hunters event number 4, where Zok Potemkin and Letelian Potemkin met on the battlefield. Damn, the memories there. I mean, Zok hasn't been a Potemkin player for a few years now, and Letelian is basically one of the top Testament / Potemkin players in Europe, but in a different game, as Lotte is primarily an ACPR player. But enough with the history lessons. Let's see what's on tonight. Do we even have time? We have like 2 minutes. We start with Üther and Jack. It's a while since we've been able to fit Jack properly on the menu due to regional and skill bracket constraints. But finally, I think we have a good match for Jack, and if memory serves correctly, Jack has served through at least Kai and Nago so far on Bounty Hunters in the past. This time rocking the shiny new Vampire, of course. Against him is Üther, who had a little bit of a dilemma since Üther is also a Potemkin main, which would have been super thematic, but wasn't feeling confident in the matchup, so they option selected into Elfelt instead. I'm of course very game for that, since Elfelt is an absolute class to watch for being a fast-moving mix-up machine. On the slot number 2, we got a pair of players never seen before. That's gonna be pretty much a theme for tonight. Lunacy Biken and PabloPikazo Anji, both representing Germany. A little nice lore matchup with both of the Japanese defense specialists, quotations, characters. Biken, of course, the classic attack while defending, while Anji being the defend while attacking archetype. But I suppose, again, that explanation makes absolutely no sense to people who haven't played XX before. All right, okay, enough with the boomer talk already. In the 3rd slot, we've got our boy Hoplan in another potential pinch here. This is Make Hoplan Lose at Any Means Necessary challenge. We must stop him before he grows too powerful. And speaking of powerful, another very powerful opponent in the nth time in a row for Hoplan. Pietaa has already taken a skull from another Finnish player in the form of KS Goatluis, and now will engage another up-and-coming hot player from Finland. 4th slot brings us another double pair. The call of the battle is answered by Puuro, a Finnish Slayer player, as well as Zero, a German Bridget. Yeah, let's just try to speedrun this. And then we head into our mini Potemkin gauntlet. I think we can talk about the Potemkin gauntlet later, but this is a double matchup which has tendency to, or has a chance of not being the best connection matchups, because these would be basically Libya to England connection as well as Finland to North Carolina connections. Hope they will hold up to the expectations. And then of course we finish the evening with Thunder Kitty versus Justplay. Justplay, another new player coming from France. But now, since we are at basically the 6 p.m. or should we say 5 p.m. CEST mark, let us direct our gaze to the first matchup slot, which is of course Üther versus Jack. Now, like I said, Üther didn't want to tackle this matchup on Potemkin. If you forgive one more comment from my boomer textbook of Guilty Gear, used to be a very, very good Potemkin matchup, or rather matchup for Potemkin being against Slayer in the old version of Potemkin, basically all throughout X, Xrd, but a very different matchup in this iteration of Guilty Gear. Although, it's a slightly more unknown matchup to yours truly as well. One thing is for certain, you run Elfelt against a character who doesn't have a, DP, tends to be, much better and experienced than perhaps against characters who have very strong tools to combat her, Rekka pressure. Of course, Slayer having access to no reversals whatsoever without 50 meter, and also having one of the worst backdashes in the game. Depending on how you look at it, it's the raw backdash, sort of trash, but can be combined in some situations with Hand of Doom and or 50 meter. We'll see if any of that plays a role here today. But of course, the sort of premise of the match is always, when it's Slayer on the screen, one counter hit and you're out. So gotta be very careful, especially since Üther is playing a slightly more vulnerable character here tonight. Potemkin would not bleed too much, although it's gotta be said, heavy body characters, big body characters, tough characters can also be two-touched by Slayer fairly easily if you give, him the right hits. So what is the destiny? What is the fate of these softer characters? These female powerhouses, mix-up monsters. I dread the moment when a Master's Hammer counter hit, close/counter hit on an airborne opponent. You know the deal. Slayer doesn't even necessarily need the counter hit if you have 50 meter to convert, because, most of hits, if you've done your homework, if you've been, in the lab and figured out how to do the pile bunker loops, most hits are gonna be really nasty damage for Slayer. Alright, backdash, out of the round start, Pineberry. Pineberry is another very interesting tool, which, depending on the character, you might not be able to ground it anti-air, so might have to either make it whiff completely or go airborne. We'll see what Jack's game plan against that tool ends up being. Oh, he's standing at a very nice spacing there, making the Mata K whiff, which will be a very nice opportunity for whiff punishes if you are ready to take it. It's a little hard to distinguish between like the normal K mappa and potential step cancel mappa, although I guess at this, even at the top skill level, you don't see necessarily a lot of Slayer players going for the step cancel mappas too much, which would increase the effective range of the K mappa. Couple shots, finding themselves right next to the opponent, go for the throw, and they did increase the, did make it a little easier to hit the command grab super in the newest patch, I believe. Now, we will be pushing all characters away equally as much. But Üther at the end of their life bar, 2P into a quick P mappa will be all that it takes for Jack to put himself in the driver's seat early in the first matchup of the week for Bounty Hunters. Once again, got the backdash, but no anti-air attempt here. Ending Rekka sequence safely with the... Okay! Reversal out of the K-Mappa. It's gonna work for sure. And now, what are we mixing with? Fully charged 5D, but Jack is very ready to stand up and block that. I'm able to get a little bit of a ABBA right there. Of course, you have to observe very closely when it comes to Slayer and approaching with Mappa, because depending on the spacing, it might be very minus for Slayer, but it might also be plus from certain spacings. The ricochet shot comes back and a counter hit too heavy from the whatchamacallit, the scramble situation afterwards. Üther finally finding success, counter hit 5 heavy. That would lead into really big damage if you are ready to hit confirm it. I believe that 5 heavy counter hits tend to be slightly rarer rooting if you want to derive maximum damage out of it. Speaking of damage, ooh, Üther gets a nice quick 2K2D out. Breaks out of the corner with a back throw again into, ooh, went for it a little too early. The command trap will whiff and that 50 meter is going to be gone. However, another one of these back throw into a mix-up situation. Block these. The S Rekka, of course. Oh, there we go again. Üther did this before earlier. It's quite common for the burst to be followed up by K-Mappa. Very hard to escape out of, especially if you want to press buttons of your own. I think it's kind of akin to Nago bursting you and then going Fukyo into Beyblade. You would need very specific counter options if you want to prevent that from going online. I think, you know, all characters can do, of course, 6B. But that 6B, whiffing that on Slayer, very dangerous as well. Now 1-1 into Rekka S into low, getting a quick small damage conversion. Usually if you manage to get the starter of your combo with the second hit of the Rekkas, it's not going to yield too much damage unless Elfo is ready to RC that. But it's compensated by how difficult it is to deal with now. The forward dash, is it gonna? Yes, it's gonna! Go straight into the hitbox of that reversal super. Find the overhead Rekka. The Pineberry actually is gonna whiff, but the explosion does expire. Mappa into the pressure. And now more SS into overhead. Oh my god, frame jumping with the super. Alright, Üther feels no fear. And I think that is a really good... what should we call it? The space position in your mindscape? State of mind, that's the word I was looking for. Because you are playing another super daredevil kind of a character against who you probably have to take some risks here and there. The 5 heavy, or was that far slash even, working as a makeshift anti-air, forcing Jack to unleash the burst. This RPS again, but this time Jack didn't actually go for it. Do we have a whiff punish? No, just plays it safe. Understandable. It could be possible to prematurely, you know, try to Mappa yourself into the active hitbox, because that super is kind of slow. Find the overhead Rekka. And doubling up into a pressure reset. Did Üther have... Yeah, Üther has 100 meters, so can RC here take this hit and the mix-up afterwards? Yeah, I kind of like that move. Being all like, you have no life left here, and you are Slayer, so chances are that you might not be super comfortable just standing there taking the pressure. So let me spend all of my resources to make sure that you will be doing absolutely nothing. And even if it doesn't land, it's still my turn afterwards. 2K actually able to catch the backdash there from Jack from his own pressure. Misses the 6-speed. The 6-speed, of course, you're probably gonna see that a lot against Rekka pressure, because it is one of the universal tools that you can do against like S Rekka into S Rekka pressure resets. With the bite, next hit is surely gonna kill. Indeed, that's a murder and a half there. Inbound, at least 50% of Elfeld's life bar. Unless she ran over too fast. Wrong start blew Wild Assault, alright. Which is, again, gonna be avoided by Jack. Jack has been taking the more patient approach to the round starts. Over the head here to the other side with Master's Hammer counter hit and a very relevant amount of damage to follow it up. And then going straight into the overhead, which alone does not deal too much of a damage and can't be picked up. But on a counter hit situation, or, you know, if you are in a situation where Jack was at the very moment, when you don't need a pickup afterwards, you can definitely try get a single high-low attempt in. Now meeting Elfold with the Mappa once again. The go-to tool of the newest vampire finds the hit. Very decent amount of damage, doubles it up. This will go into a wall stick. And positive bonus, which is definitely needed here for Jack. Let's see if Jack chooses to press it immediately. Forced into a defensive posture here. This is actually pretty good for Üther. That prevents Jack from building basically full 100 tension out of that positive bonus. He's still rocking with the 75, which does put Ali in a decent situation to reversal out of here. Uses the burst here first, and an immediate reversal super. Do we have a punish? No, that's not a true punish. Well, I wonder if Üther was trying to go for a throw there. Overhead, even on hit, is going to be quite minus if you're ready to react to it. The new shot, the S fireball on the ground, pushing the opponent very far away. Hitting them with the low Rekka, if I saw correctly. RPS has been initiated every time the Rekka goes online. It's basically a mix-up between the high Rekka, the low Rekka, and then potential, you know, reset into the S Rekka again. And it's kind of your job to do something about it. But in that sense, both of these characters work the same way, because it's your duty to do something about these cross-ups, these pressure resets that Slayer is imposing on you. Lots of resources for Üther. No RC on the 5D, but maybe it was not needed. Ooh, I see Mappa startup, is it? You're gonna get blown through the wall. Üther again with another extremely high-risk play, but it pays off. At the very end of the round, when stakes are high and, you know, adrenaline is flowing through your veins and your hands are shaking, those are the moments when you go for those options that you have during your career deemed and test tried to be the stuff that gets you the W at the end. A lot of the times, many players are indeed performing their muscle memories in those tense moments. And looks so far that Uther's muscle memory is definitely serving them well. But it is quite even here. Into the low Rekka again, that's gonna be a punish. Goes for a 6B. Mappa. Small little punish. Low slash. Was that too heavy into Elfold Rekka attempt? Did not make it tight enough. I think too heavy is also, is it like a level 3 or level 2 move? So it does have some amount of gap between there, especially if you delay your cancel. Speaking of cancels, some plus frames here, look at this. 5P, 5P, just in time to interrupt the dangerous looking pressure sequence. Here we go, into S Rekka again. Are you gonna interrupt? It goes into a Gara Super here, actually. Straight out of that hit, interesting. It's definitely one way that you can cash out those Rekkas with. 20 frame, cross up. Are you ready to block this Slayer speciality? And then the overhead to follow it up once again when the opponent's health is low. We don't even need to have the 50 meter as long as it hits. And it's not an overhead, so the basic baked in high-low mix-up out of Dandy Steps is not even too risky because it's only -3 on block. And I believe it's late, the overhead option also does guard crush them. It's kind of hard to try to get your turn afterwards, even through those plus frames. Counter hit into more Rekkas, finishes up safely with a shotgun. Shotgun, the heavy follow-up, of course, being the always safe. I think it's safe even on instant block, right? Pressure reset with the Pineberry and big 5 heavy. Prompts Jack to go for the burst. Drives the Cadillac straight into the Pineberry. And now, a little too early on that command grab once again. 1 out of 3. I mean, Jack has been respecting that, so that's definitely the right decision. Ooh, we got the loops. Yes, indeed, put them in the corner. I like that. not getting too greedy with the damage and favoring the position there at the end. But the Pineberry reset, once again, those are tough to deal with. Uh-oh. We good? I think servers have been a little iffy today. Right, we are still in it. Play till the end, 3-3. Hopefully no, desyncs here. But I mean, I guess we're gonna find out soon enough. With the full Rekka sequence, when you get a very nice starter on Elthult, you can actually add more S-Rekkas before you go into the second and the third. Dashing into a throw, we can get some good stuff out of here. Chooses to play a 5D fully charged, so that's gonna be a 20, is it 29 or 30 frame reaction check. And now, let's see if we got the punish here. Jack again takes it very, very safely. Instead of going for the true punish, make sure that he avoids the hitbox of that super and then just makes his turn. 100 meter for Elthult. Lots of options available. Misses the Rekka with punish here, and that's a counter hit. Mappa into 5k into Mappa definitely does take you into the corner from almost all spacings on the screen. Oh, that's a far slash counter hit. 1/3 of your life gone. 1, 2, 3, looking for more overhead hits, but like we said, if you don't have the 50 meter or if it doesn't counter hit, or I mean, I guess you can take the universe counter hit as well. Jack looking for the last hit. Üther releasing the reversal super right away. Which way is Jack going? I think he was forward, so ends up running straight into the super once again. S-Rekka reset. Where is the interruption? Nowhere to be found. But the finisher is overhead, and that's the problem. If you cash out with the overhead or low options and choose to not use meter, the Oki afterwards is kind of weak, which was the problem here for Üther. Got the hit, went for, you know, S, overhead, and then the pressure was basically over. So you really gotta leverage your choices of, you know, what you go for from the Rekkas with, you know, in regards to, or with regards to how much meter left you have to spend and how much health your opponent has left. Speaking of low HP left, I think Üther ain't gonna have too much here. 6-speed counter hit stuck to a wall again, and wham bam, thank you man. That was that 2 or 3 touches? It's actually very rare to survive to see your 3rd touch against the Slayer. There we go, there's the 6P! We were talking about it earlier, and Jack has been representing that option so far. Nice, we got the back shots. Going for the damage ender. Oh, both players going for a blue wild assault. What a rare sight! Üther being a little faster here, skip to the other side, use deflect shield, but the deflect shield kind of misses its mark here. And now, again, gotta cancel super. We could even RC this, saving it for the pressure. I like this. Will it collide with the boom? No, actually it cleaves the screen immediately. So technically teleports that Slayer reversal super. Ooh, and Jack was doing something here. However, look at this. The reach of that 2 heavy was basically from half screen away. I didn't even see what Üther extended into that 2 heavy with. But if it was anything low profiling, it is surely going to lose against that behemoth of a button. Speaking of behemoths, 5 heavy footsies. Starting out nicely. We have an option to go for an OTG 2 heavy into Pineberry, which is the classical setup here. I think Üther has not been favoring that option too much. Skipping to the other side. S-Rekka once again, overhead, finds its mark. No cash out with 50 meter just yet. Üther still saving. Did we? No, we didn't have an opportunity to block here. It's a very fast startup on that, or rather, no, that's not the fastest startup, but faceplant! Fail girl moment! Although Jack goes for a very dubious option there in the follow-up situation as well. Gold burst from the skies. Now no resource to fight out of this other than just your universal tools. It in fact ends up being Üther who uses the the resource tools to get out of the sticky situation. Once again, the reversal super. For both of these characters being very slow on startup, but the hitbox reaching very far to compensate. The ricochet on the air, fireball whiffing initially. Jack a little too cautious here on his own wake up, whiffing a 6B, and Üther punishing that with the Rekka attempts. Yeah, that's gonna be too close. I think -1 from the P mappa. Still gets thrown. Ooh, no cancel there. It was a very dangerous situation. If you finish your third Rekka sequence with an overhead or a low, you are mighty punishable after all. This time, into a shotgun RC, won't be able to hold the pressure. Jack potentially goes to an early super. I like that. Not risking any sort of drop on the combo, just cut straight to the finisher. Now, next round is gonna be super important in terms of how the rest of this set is gonna revolve. Üther absolutely needs this to keep up the chase. But if Jack gets this round, it's off to the 6 points we go, and then the odds for Üther are gonna be, you know, very low at that point. A couple of shots, trying to chase here, but again, Jack from the air position, unleashing the Gold Burst, which does give you a brief moment of positive bonus, now putting Jack into a very healthy resource situation. Now Üther can RC this with the 100 meter that they have left, choosing a very late cancel that might have been a little too late, because Jack was indeed going for a 6k punish there. Nice spacing, 2k punishing the whiff mappa. Jack with the meter. What are we gonna do? Super good beating, 6 heavy from downtown, catching whatever the button that was from Jack. Going for the super. I think this was a Kara super attempt, but failed at that. But also failed the whiff punish here. Jack whiffs the air on far slash. This might reach. Yes, indeed. Cleave on full screen. Deals very little damage without. Oh, the gold burst. We have so many. Yeah, this is lights out. After that gold burst and that positive bonus, and also being on around 75% tension already, that pressure sequence would have never ended. Let me tell you that much. If you have the presence of mind to press literally like any buttons and follow it up with RC and then press more buttons, Üther just didn't have anything else to do there anymore. Needed a small miracle. And now, speaking of miracles, Üther is gonna need another one, because this is Jack on 6 points and looking kinda dangerous. We've got the loops here. Jack has pretty decent execution frequency of hitting the difficult combos so far, and a very nice sort of balance between the hard combos and the easy ones. But I believe that was one of the bigger... Oh, was that a reaction? Or perhaps a secret? So far, I think we've seen mostly the reads from Üther. That is gonna buy the pressure position. However, 6B counter poke against the S Rekka reset. Yes, indeed. No matter where you cancel that from, unless it's from a Rekka that already hit, I think even in that case, you should have time to poke in between it. Missing that throw. This time it wasn't even the command grab. Skipping a little bit closer by using that wild assault. Here we go into the Rekka sequence. Once again, no RC. This is super versus super. I think Slayer wins here, right? Straight through. Cleave it. Bam! it literally makes you teleport. Uh-oh. Are we good? At the very last moment, there is still a little, like a couple of more seconds to be played. However, did it end prematurely? Hello? What's up? Is this one of those cases where the spectators are a little bit behind and the players actually finished the round? I mean, there wasn't too many seconds left there. After that super, Jack was basically like one touch and it's gonna be done. But I think it would appear that is the 7 wins. So Jack able to fight it through. Both players with relatively new characters, of course, like we said, Üther, a Potemkin player at heart, choosing to play Elfalt this time, and Jack, of course, with many different characters along the Bounty Hunter's experience. good stuff back and forth, all kinds of... It's a, especially from Jack, a rare sight of getting any sort of counterplay against the Alpha Rekkas. I think, you know, a lot of players just don't have perhaps the Alpha experience and, you know, the muscle memory to get those interruptions in there. With characters that don't have DP nonetheless. Oh, we didn't end it? So was that just a clean disconnection? Did he finish? All right, let's take a step back then. I presume it is still gonna be 6-3 then. All right, that would make sense. So if it's actually Jack who disconnected or got you know, dropped out of the game, then, you know, it's still 6. It's still 3 to 6. Damn, we were almost ready to call it. It was kind of ambiguous as well, because it was kind of like getting close to the last hit. Slayer hit so hard that the connection and the whole world exploded. Yeah, that's it's kind of my experience with, you know, how it tends to go against Slayers. Yikes. Not implying that I plug or anything. I guess, like, for situations like this, I've been thinking about this for a while. It's kind of weak to say, you know, players choose how they choose to deal with it. I think it should be on my conscience or my responsibility as the tournament organizer to say what is to be done in situations like this. But I mean, usually the folks over here on Bounty Hunters are fairly, you know, what's a good word? Display good sportsmanship. So if, you know, if bad internet day happens, it is what it is. We just reset and, you know, redo it. This ain't a double elimination bracket after all. No money is on the line. Only fame and bragging rights. And I guess a little bit of that fame, you know, it's the kind of, I want to think about it like this. It's the kind of, it's kind of like a reputation that you want to build for yourself. Are you, you know, are you cool enough to say that, all right, let's just replay it, no matter what the situation was, we'll just redo it? Are you flexible? I say that with a little bit of double standards, because I am, of course, a very avid competitor and usually tend to take all the advantages that I can get. It's like, when it's playtime, when it's go time, no mercy. But don't do as I do, do as I recommend. Right, but back on the same score, 3 points for Üther and 6 points for Jax. The stakes are still the same. The fate of this next game is gonna be super important. I mean, well, the game is like, the set is straight is gonna be over if Jack takes this, so, you know, duh. Going the super, Jack, press a button, looks like a backwalk animation. Indeed, that's gonna be eligible for a block. A little too far from Pile Bunker wall stick here, but still working. The decent conversion. The favor is on Uther's side perhaps here for the moment. But once that 50-meter manifest, that's a whip punish on 6 heavy. Are you kidding me? That's a clean hit as well. The double hit, you could see the initial damage and then the second hit coming through. If you are at a particular spacing, you're gonna get that really massive amount of extra damage there, which Jack managed to get, I believe. With a normal hit, without that clean hit status, it would have not been enough, I reckon. And now Jack potentially pushing for the last interaction counter hit. That's gonna be goodbye, sweet princess. You're gonna be laying down. And 7-3 for Jack. As we, as we prematurely called it earlier, still ends up manifesting in the end. Jack takes it home. On a little bit of a return match to Bounty Hunters. It's been quite a while since we saw Jack the previous time. But it's all good. Alright. So next up on the menu, we would have 2 new players. Lunacy, PabloPikazo. And being a German duo here, I believe I forgot which player, but I think one of these players was hoping to get a match versus the other. So this, for all I understand, could be a request setup, request matchup, which is cool. It's totally a valid way of performing in these show match events. If you want to bring your friend or somebody you play with on the regular with you and want to play against them, that is entirely possible. And we over here on Bounty Hunters make sure that the matchmaking team will, grant all of the wishes of the players that can be granted. So don't be afraid to ask for even some, rarer requests. We'll make it happen if it's possible. Right, so Bike and Anji, the Japanese face-off. Lunacy and PabloPikazo. I keep reading. I keep making a funny joke in my own head, like PabloPikazo, like Pikachu. But yeah, anyway. Two characters that have certain unique features when defending. Of course, Baiken has the frame 1 parry, which is strong against safe jumps or meaty setups. And then we have Anji, who has the power to say that you shall not poke me at neutral if they want to gamble on it. The Suigetsu no Hakobi, aka the spin, is a tool that has very fast startup. It's not a reversal, but at neutral situations, it's usually impossible to prevent it from going active, especially if you perform the faster version. Of course, there are different kind of versions of the spinning that you might want to do. You can do the fast one, you can do the hold one, which activates a little slower, or you could perform your other special moves and hold them to gain access to that spinning state at the start of your special move. So there are many ways that Anji could perform those I guess mechanically would call, like, not parry frames, not guard point frames. I mean, for the lack of better terms, parry kind of frames that you're often gonna get punished by if you touch them, especially with the advent of the new tool, the fish, Midare. Yeah, that one. Exactly that one. It's so fast to come out that often you just don't have time to recover out of whatever you were doing. At best, you can try to purple RC, but that still doesn't often get you out of this woods unless, the timing aligns perfectly. You can, of course, try to backdash out of the fish from certain distances, certain ranges. And I guess since there is technically a gap there, would Baiken be actually able to RC and then parry? Speaking of the parry, here's the first one. Attach the Escabari. A very integral tool for Baiken's game plan. Will hold you nice and tightly together and enable some special combos. Land straight into the Hiragi. Escabari attached. Come to me. Strike. Backing and tag him. Starting with the 9 frame far slash from the get-go. I think Anji's far slash is 10 frames, right? It's not one of the 9 framers. So that would, I think that would indicate that Baiken does have the first say in round start situation. Dashes through the gun here. Maybe thought that they got the hard knockdown here. Another dance through the gun. Drive by Yozan. Ooh, jump slash into nothing. So Pablo gets to push the situation, but not for too long. At very low health. It was very likely that at some point Lunacy would get some sort of an interruption here. And Lunacy, she's gonna take the first round here in this match. Ooh, there we go with the parry. The cool thing about the parry is that it does not distinguish between highs or lows or mids. So it will counter all of them all the same. So in that sense, whatever Anji might do from spin situations, unless it's gonna be airtight, you know, for example, airtight into what's it called, Nagiha, you should theoretically be able to interrupt whatever might be coming. The downside is that Baiken's parry frames are kind of fast to expire, so any sort of little delay is gonna get is gonna get the counter hit for Anji. Anji with the counter hits. Lots of explosive potential back for both of these characters. I think Baiken is more explosive from her mix-up situations, such as this one, or from air-to-air counter hit situations. The deflect shield is gonna prevent the whole shebang out of that instant overhead situation. You know, deflect shield is always very strong against, you know, high-low, left-right kind of a thing. If there is no option to delay, or, you know, if you don't have a good opportunity to mix up with a throw, but hold that thought, the far slash is gonna be reversal supered here. Baiken well versed in the defensive department. Not only do you have the frame 1 parry, but with 50 meter you can also have a very traditional kind of DP. Or I guess not really a DP, but a reversal super. Same function though. Both players at 1 point here. Ooh, dances to the wrong direction though. It is gonna be plus for our Anji hero. There we go, dance, get the Midare. Taking a little bit of a dash step there before the butterfly. I like when there's variation to the butterfly setup, because like at very basic level it's like very simple kind of a situation. Doesn't really have the power that, for example, Milia discs would have, but is like relatively similar. Again, dancing through and the Midare. Dash into butterfly so that we can get nice and snug. I'm not entirely you know, familiar with how the RPS actually changes there, between doing just Midare into straight into butterfly or Midare into micro dash butterfly. Lost frames from the shin, and the Nagiha reaches far and wide, getting thrown for their troubles. Pablo did try to go for the reversal parry super, but getting called out. Both these characters have the same problem. The active frames, I mean, I guess Baiken has that problem, but the parry frames, the active frames of this move are out of this world. Often enough, even if you delay a little, you're still gonna get caught by the actives. Which is kind of what happened here. There we go, punishable, finds the 2P, doesn't need any more. And then what? Starting with 2S, which ends up hard calling out that, I think, 6P option that Anji tried to play there. Pablo dancing forward, gets the 5k pickup, the new shiny toy. from that low follow-up of the Hujin. Such a nice thing that you can now get a decent pickup without having to spend meter into the mix-up. Oh my goodness! It was the sex with the man! But that time Lunacy was going for a throw. Unfortunately, she went for it a little too early. I guess unfortunately for, you know, Pablo. So both players having the right kind of, well, I guess Lunacy had the right idea, but just missed the timing there. Ooh, I think, did Pablo try to go for something slower than Midara there? Which was why they got thrown out of it. Stands up to block. Oh, but the follow-up is the low, and that's a counter hit. That's gonna lead into a really nice nifty little combo. The multi-hit of the 2D. I think that the first hit of the 2D got deflected, but then Pablo let go of the low block. I think I had a similar situation today while I was playing. Because like, unless the deflect shield pushes multi-strikes attacks away or initially, then you still kind of have to defend yourself against the second hit. I think it's what might have happened there. Kind of blinked and I missed it, and it was, you know, a little hazy kind of a situation. But now Lunacy, lots of resources gonna be going into this screen. A little too far to get the full animation of the parry. Oh, the YRC, or rather the blue RC that was meant to be the YRC, rings through as blue version, so not getting the plus 10 frames that Pablo wanted there. Tried to cash out with a big button instead of Midare. So out of those spin frames, whenever the opponent triggers them, you do need to make a little bit of a judgment call in terms of, are you going for the fish, the low reward option, or are you gonna go for example, a close slash, which is the big cash out option instead. Tatami. Oh! Parries the Tatami mat! And then the RC! Oh, the 2S is the wrong button there, or perhaps the timing was wrong. Fact of the matter is, Lunacy is out of the corner with 50 meter. This could be a potential comeback. To the other side, tried the deflect shield, but it comes out as a wild assault. Tragedy storms him when he tries to use the meter options. And Lunacy needs one more hit, reaches with the too heavy. Damn! Damn! It's a highway robbery. Lunacy said, never give up. I have only one hit point left. But I am her. I am Baiken. Why would I be fretting? Why would I be stopping? For I have such a good flow on my game plan. Speaking of flow, getting the good combo there. Instant air dash with K. Might have been an attempt to go for a Tatami. I guess we shall never know. Happy little accidents and what have you. The delayed gun this time. Oh, but you got sex with that guy. Is it gonna... No, it's not gonna break the wall quite there. Bar slash is gonna be called out by the reversal. Super wild options. Meter swung back and forth. Which player is gonna flinch first? Who is gonna bait the option? Again, Lunacy had the right idea. The throw was certainly the winning play. Alas, she went for it a little too early. Jumps into the core, which ends up in minus frames. However, following up with a parry, and then the parry from Pablo as well. Hey, I have a tool that functions like this as well. The delay between those hits, the 5 heavy rings as a counter hit. A little bit of a chop there from Pablo. Or that big sequence. YRC, give me the plus 10. Convert into Yozan. Is that gonna be enough? But not wide, but the the big reset into a fully charged 5D. I'm gonna be honest, I would have gotten hit by that as well. In the heat of the moment, who would think the 30 frame overhead is coming? Not me. Duel 1. Let's rock. Right, the spacing is good there, so Lunacy is gonna be safe even after that top-body follow-up. Punish attempt. Again, the spacing. I think you would have to be under Anji preferably if you wanna get a big counterplay option on missed core. Wow, that was from coming from really far away. However, there seems to be a gap here. Time to do it. Time to... Oh, that's gonna win. Tries to go for a close slash punish, but I think that actually activated far slash. How does Anji far slash activate on that distance? Or did I see wrong? Was that close slash? Either way, the button just didn't reach Lunacy at that point. Wow. I thought that was just a back M and tag him kind of a moment. Just press the button and free punish. But now into a low. We are tightly tethered together. Deflect shield to ignore the follow-up mix-up after the tatami mat, which would be an unseeable overhead or a low. Go cash out. Is it gonna be enough? Tenchi. Jin, not quite. But the next hit is gonna be it. Parry. Followed up. Reversal for reversal. Puts Lunacy at a very far range. Backdash out of the far slash. Again. And then the follow-up Hujin. That was the right option there. Lunacy didn't get the big cash out on the air-to-air, but I think it's good enough if you manage to jump out of the shin so that you avoid giving plus frames for Anji. And then you could potentially come down still into frame advantage with a jump-in button. It really depends on, you know, how the timeline aligns there in terms of the frames. But either way, Lunacy now once again activates that round start, jump forward, jump heavy, going into the Suiketsu no Hakobi. Do we have? Oh, okay. Going into the parry, out of the corner. Gold burst is baited, but only -2. So won't be able to punish unless you have some sort of a gold buster. Again, jumps out of those. Yes, that's actually exactly what I was talking about. Jumps out of the shin plus frames and then still gets a jump in. Ooh, clean frame goggles here. Recognizes that that's air throwable. Again, you have a gap there, mister. And calling out the sex with the man as well. Into the low. All the reads are in Lunacy's favor. Yet still, it's not over. Oh my god. Call going straight through the gun. Jumping out of the overhead. Oh, I see the reversal parry super there in the background, which would have rang true unless Lunacy RC'd that. I feel like these players have definitely played with each other before, played against each other in the past, because there's a lot of, you know, what seems like player, like either very player kind of knowledge, or they're just absolute monsters at playing, you know, playing the matchup back and forth. Right, burst becomes available, straight into a throw, attach it, and now the mix-up Cine to the other side and the low. Two different factors that you gotta take into account. Frame trap option, Pablo tried to backdash, getting caught by the 2S there, but still not done. Dash frames into that butterfly, keeping it tight, trying to prevent Lunacy from playing the video game. But this is bike and the parry option is always unavailable, and look at that! As soon as you see the call going active, hungrily knows that she doesn't need anything more than the air throw. So take the air throw, it's the easiest punish. The only mistake that could happen there is that you accidentally misinput your throw and get like jump D or something. Good whip punish there with the kabari. Perfect spacing. But this time the spin frames meeting the kabari. Ooh, trade there. I think that was early frames of call perhaps. Missing the jump in. Lunacy staying patient, not pressing. I think that was S kabari, so the slower startup, which means there was time to go in between. Did Pablo press the button here is the big question. No, and the punish is close slash maximum amount of punishment. Pablo really needs this, starting to look a little grim here when we're moving into towards the 9th and the 10th matches in this set. Nice pick up, 2K. Get the wall stick. Unfortunately, didn't have the 50 tension just yet, but the massive life lead is on Pablo's side. Collides with the tatami mat. Ooh, that was 2P of the ages. That 2P went active before the kabari follow-up, right? Kind of rare stuff here. I mean, technically, if you play the kabari, you can play the kabari follow-up as airtight option. I think I'm pretty sure. So the RPS tends to be like how much is biking gonna delay between those hits. And the 2P that time was fast enough to catch the manual delay that Lunacy played. Fast cash out. Is this gonna combo afterwards because of the tether? Okay, not quite, but you are gonna get a really good setup afterwards. Attach it again, use Wild Assault. And into the combo. Yes, indeed. The throw option is so powerful after that blue Wild Assault tether attach. Because like, on the newest patches, they made it so that you no longer need to RC your throws if you want the full conversion. As long as the Escabari tether is attached. Oh, big counter hit. Is that a good starter? I don't think it matters here for, you know, Pablo had a very massive life lead going into that situation. Not close enough to get the pickup yet. Throw punish into... Oh, not believing in that setup. Going in between with a reversal throw. And now, it's my mix-up. Gold burst, getting out of the low. Coming down with a jump slash. Both players kinda stacked. Oh my god, the 2P. But we didn't have the clean conversion. Slow down their frames. And now dance. The butterfly sending him high up. Is it gonna be enough? Yes, indeed. Pablo still staying alive here, despite the massive amount of resources that Lunacy had left. That was so important for Pablo to wrap up that game right there. You can do some absolutely nasty things. Oh, look at that hitbox. Jump heavy from Biken. What is that? Jump heavy from Ramlethal? Kind of a beat. By backing off into a safe distance. Go to the other side, but no worries. We can still combo this, especially with the use of Blue Wild Assault. Air to air, misses the big conversion, and now Pablo will have an opportunity to run it back. 100 meter on Lunacy's side, and soon to be 100 burst as well. So all defensive options are available. The big question is Lunacy ready to spend those? Generally in this situation, yeah, exactly as I was saying, you would spend the tension first, and then maybe think about the burst options if you can't find purchase with your non-refundable resources instead, or the resources that don't transfer between the rounds. Right, time to mix it up to the other side. Yep. Lunacy has played that particular option, cross up into a low, quite often, so wouldn't be surprised if Pablo is actually looking for it. Ooh, I think that won't be able to recover in time, although Pablo does have still a little bit of a buffer here. Can rather safely still lose this round, but not looking like they want to do any of that sort of things. 50 on both. What's the move gonna be? Both players. Oh, that's gonna be a punish there! Pablo! Crawling, creeping, stalking ever so closer to Lunacy's 6 points. And mind you, this started from, what, 6-2 kind of a situation? Was it 6-2, 6-3? So definitely not the most comfortable run back if Pablo manages to pull it through. Even being able to make it like 6-6 would be a really big thing. Tried to spin there, but unfortunately the Kabari hitbox was already there. Missed the throw. Are we able to utilize the Kabari here on the side of Anji? Getting thrown for their troubles again into the cross-up and the low. It's been working out with a fairly decent success rate. Card crush on the first hit of the parry super. I think it's for the most part safe though, even if it sort of ends up landing on block. Now set point Lunacy once again. We have to somehow manage to get out of these overwhelming odds again. Miss on the counter hit, too heavy conversion. To Pablo's delight. Back to finding the hits. The Kabari on that full screen distance is very nice too. Look at this. When it's spaced like that, even the fish can't reach. And Lunacy has been standing on that particular spacing so often. However, here comes the mistake. Missing with the 5D. And Pablo, ready to try to steal it back, cash it out. We want this corner. We want this positive bonus. This will let Lunacy go back into neutral. However, is that gonna matter? Close last, that could be a big starter. We have 100. Are we gonna cash it? Yes, indeed. Burst comes back. Pablo might have to nose the combo. Oh! Threading the needle, finding the hit. However, that's not gonna be enough. Burst. Next hit is gonna be it. Neutral jump heavy. Comes down on the spin frames. On punish. Wow, there was so much happening there at the very end. The last 10 seconds. Blink and you miss it. 100 interactions, 100 decisions that both players had to make leading into that situation, that round. And it could have gone either way. Pablo was so close to getting the 6th win here, but Lunacy, before it gets too uncomfortable, putting an end to the set. 7-2, really nice match though. I'm gonna put a lot of money that these players have probably played against each other at some point. That was a lot of really cool RPS going back and forth. All the right options. Like if you wanna, like if you play either one of these characters, I think you probably wanna look at that set and perhaps research it a little. Even if, you know, even if it's not the highest skill tier match you could have available in, you know, EU. Who is to say that these, you know, lower level players, intermediates and whatnot wouldn't have good matchup knowledge as well? Alright, but then moving on to the next one, we got Hoplan and pietaa. Now, like we said earlier, pietaa has one skull attached to her belt as she took from one of our regular Finnish players appearing on Bounty Hunters. And here comes Hoplan. Perhaps looking to avenge their countryman, perhaps simply fighting for their own fame and fortune. We don't know, but one thing's for certain, Hoplan has been doing extremely well as of recent. Hoplan has been beating players that many just wouldn't have bet any money on. And here's perhaps the toughest challenge yet for Hoplan.
Mankind knew that they can
Pietaa's Abba.
So instead of reflecting on themselves,
A character that is, at the very least, as explosive as you are when Jealousy Rage is activated. These characters definitely have some amount of similarities in how you must manage your external resource, your extra resource. For Nago, that is blood that goes up, you know, after every single special move that you choose to unleash. And for Abba, you basically accumulate the special resource to use for timer when you go into your install mode. Of course, you always start up with at least 50 at the start of the round, so you can perhaps do this cross up into lots of damage. Let's see what's the option here. Refresh. And because like when you uninstall out of the Jealous Rage mode with that key grab, you are also gonna get back a very decent amount of the jelly that you spent. Exactly half to be precise. Ooh, barely missing with that Beyblade. And getting punished for their troubles. Hoplan at the very high block situation here, so only is gonna be, oh my god, he bet it! He bet it. If pietaa blocked that and then used burst or YRC, that would have been lights out for Hoplan. But he bet all of it on that low, on that frame trap. Dangerous whip there. You always want to have the key grab connect at least on block burst, or it is fairly plus. Now messes up the frame calculation here and gets back thrown for her troubles. Counter hit into, yep, activating jelly. And now what's it gonna be? Overhead, and then presses buttons. That is -2. So in Jealous Rage mode, I think most characters should be able to interrupt it. In fact, in most situations, if Ava has dashing momentum going into that Jealous Rage overhead. You can just straight up throw it unless she performs it in a particular way. I think it has to be like a TK input so that you basically cancel your... Is it jump frames? To make sure that it never, ever, ever lands on the opponent's throw range. The activation here, again, it's too far. I think, is this a Nago-specific problem? Reversal super, this is gonna put Pietaa in the mode. Fighting for the first round win here. -2, backdash out of it, +10 from the YRC. Whipping the DP. Hoplan desperately swinging. So much that we're popping, but that's enough. We're gonna get all that blood back. And gets it! That's the essence of Nagariyuki. Played it so that he was gonna pop during the combo. That will cause a couple of things happen. One, it will put you at 0 health, or technically 1 health. So anything that you take on block is gonna kill you. However, it is gonna empty your blood gauge. And as a wise Chinese old man once said, who the fuck cares how much health you have if they're blocking, right? Ooh, close whip there on the 2S. Generally used. Oh, the F-Shiki, hell yeah, brother. Break it. I think Pietaa was probably expecting that to kill. Was this a safe jump though? Let's see. Yes, it was. Perfect. By jumping out of the round start, Beyblade. Every time you are able to evade either Beyblade completely or clone Hukyo, that is a little bit of an RPS win, or should we say even not just a little bit of an RPS win, it's actually a major RPS win, because like a lot of the time your go-to win condition is gonna be putting Nago at high blood so that he can't function anymore. Forced pop. Bar slash is gonna miss as well! Was trying to press something there, maybe throw, maybe trying to low profile under, but the 2 heavy was too active already. And now, we're gonna go through the wall, and this will drain considerable amount of blood back. A special feature of this reversal super. And, waiting for the reversal, not to come, not even the burst. Both players being patient. Hoplan willing to look out for perhaps the reversal gold burst, but also Pietaa super patient, knowing that she is on, 1 round win already, and she can take the burst to this round. Deactivate, gain some of the blood back, or sorry, the jelly. Ooh, that was a dangerous miss there on the P grab. Might have been a miss input, in fact. And now Hoplan's time to mix it up. We still have a little bit of blood left. Bar slash, pressure reset, 5k. However, the interruption from Pietaa, and this is full jelly gauge. Ah, the multi-hit! Again, the multi-hit strikes. The only mortal nemesis of the deflect shield. Pietaa got the deactivation, but does she have enough life? Here's the wall break, and here's the forced damage of around 50 damage from the wall break that Hoplan manages to score. 2-0 Hoplan. Don't tell me Hoplan is gonna do it again. Don't say. Is he this cracked? Is he this fucking crazy? Could Hoplan... Alright, let's not jump the gun here. Pietaa has a lot of time to adjust here. This is only the beginning, and in fact, strong players will have the ability to sort of observe what the opponent is doing. There's a nice parry there. In fact, with that parry and the Reka was able to build back the... Oh, nice! Reacts to it with a Danzai. Powering through that reversal super. Unique options available. Oh, was that... Wait, that was... I thought I heard Wild Assault, but Hoplan still has his meter intact. Right, spending all of the meter in the world. I think Hoplan spending a little... Oh, here we go. Samurai Mix pop into a combo. Do we have the plus frames? Yes, we do. 2S still lands as a meaty of sorts. I think Pietaa might have tried to backdash or jump out of there. Looked like a jump, but still got caught by the 2S, just barely. Right, through the wall. Look at all that jelly. That's a full gauge. And Hoplan is in trouble. No fear presses 5p. And then 6p. Are you kidding me? And then 5k. Hoplan doesn't give a shit. He's here to check all of your options. Now, he's gonna go into a pop. Does Hoplan realize? Yes, indeed. Low slash, best starter, plus on block, +3. And now, what more? Finds the hit and cashes out into Blood Rage. This is a conscious decision here for Hoplan. Will go into 0 health, but full blood. Dance backwards. We have disbanded. Here comes the samurai, and then the cash out. Hoplan lives another pop. It was not an accident. It was not a fucking accident. This is Hoplan channeling Hotashi and all other ancestors of the Nagos that came before him. 3-0. With really flashy plays, Hoplan is on fire. Here we go once again. Round start DP, immediate burst. Pietaa knows that's gonna hit quite a bit. Has very limited amount here, immediately goes into the uninstall. Hoplan didn't have the blood, unfortunately, to do anything about that. Nice interruption there, that was a very clean. Oh, I wonder, does Pietaa see? Does Pietaa see? She sees! Stops right at the edge of the burst, of the Blood Rage burst, and finally delivers a decisive punish on the pop. Hopping over, tilts, one of the go-to very important tools of this character. When you are in normal mode, you don't have a lot of like really good normals to play with, and tilt ends up being the special move that delivers all of the time. Here comes the safe jump once again. Hoplan has to burst, but Pietaa ready to use the super. This will be an airtight mix-up. Look at that, the black beat combo there, or the purple beat, signifying that that sequence was airtight. There was nothing you could have done there. In fact, you had to block it. If you do anything but hold down back, you are gonna get hit. It's one of the powers of the Jealous Rage kick super. Basically will force your opponent into a situation where they can't do anything. They will have to take the pressure. Yeah, now this time I bet Hoplan was trying to anti-air again, but Pietaa choosing a perfect angle and a perfect button here. Outside of the jelly mode, are we gonna activate? Waiting for it, waiting for Hoplan to play burst, spend some blood. Tried to go for a bite there, I think. Ah, we go for it again. Didn't get the first time, getting it now. Oh, the FD! FD pushes her away! Hoplan with the crazy plays! He's gonna pop as well! But here's the mix-up. No mix-up, it's actually just gonna be pressure. Has the RC as well to keep it up. Damn! The FD that Hoplan played pushed Pietaa far enough away so that the key grab completely is gonna miss. That's the dangerous feature of that move. It's very nice to dial on block if you are sure that it lands on block. It is plus after all, and creates blood for you, or sorry, jealousy for you. Oh yeah, that was gonna be a touch of death. So Hoplan basically had to burst there. Now into block my second hit, block my high-low mix-up. After that first DP hit, you can choose to either go into the follow-up, which will be a high, or cancel straight into the Beyblade, which is gonna be a low. And especially when you have your opponent at such a low health situation, a very blood-heavy investment on that one mix-up opportunity might be worth your while. Now Hoplan wants to keep Pietaa blocking as much as possible. Is she gonna be able to? Yes, just in time. Oh, but tragedy strikes. Pietaa had to choose there in the heat of the moment. Is she gonna deactivate or bait the Blood Rage? But I think Pietaa really didn't have an option there. She had to disengage from the mode, because otherwise she's gonna get popped, and then Hoplan is gonna pop on her as well. Damn, what a fucked up day! Alright, making sure that the wall is broken while 50% jelly still is intact. Safe jump. No way but to block. No cash out though. Deflect shield works out for Hoplan. And now, spending blood. Yep, we're gonna go in. Oh, that's a lot of blood that Hoplan spent. And gonna pop. Into punish? Yes, indeed. Ooh, it's still not a done deal. Deflect shield and a full body on an EP. Oh, he's gonna convert. This is not gonna be a kill though. Abba is one of the heavier characters, or rather, the more durable characters in the game. But this will reset Hoplan's blood worries. Deflect shield is the only thing that pietaa can do here. The low into no conversion. Perhaps was looking for the burst afterwards. pietaa will have to go for it. There it is. And the pop. Perfect timing the burst. Oh, but the mobility, the normal mode. pietaa can't get there in time. So essentially, Hoplan once again had a quotation safe pop there at the other side of the screens. Nevertheless, pietaa yes, there we go. Prevent that forward Fukyo. Check them Fukyos is the old wisdom. The number one matchup peculiarity that you have to master. I think this will hit, right? Yeah. Even the jump D from Abba ain't gonna do anything about this one. So this will be good news for Hoplan. Fukyo into baiting the reversal super, or perhaps the deflect shield. pietaa still would love to go into the jealous rage, but she has so little of that jelly left. Even if she was left to her own devices, she couldn't activate. She's not past that threshold. And Hoplan takes advantage of that. You know, rams forward with the speed of the samurais. And 5th win here for Hoplan. Damn. The momentum is completely on Hoplan's side. Get the activation here to the other side. Nasty. But Hoplan goes for a burst immediately. The most optimal scenario. Got the timing to jump out. That's very valuable. Got the uninstall as well, and then the activation through the wall. This is a very nice sequence for pietaa, and very little that Hoplan can do here, unless he wants to commit to potentially that deflect shield that he doesn't even have yet. Yeah, I mean, you can't really win them all. Burst, forcing an activation, goes for the 2D. That will definitely go under that too heavy. Hoplan was concerned about those air options that pietaa has been approaching with. To the other side, won't be able to press a button. Goes into landing recovery because of the double jump. And now Hoplan with the opportunity. Nice interruption. This will be big for pietaa. Look at the Hoplan's blood. Is he gonna pop? No, but he's gonna take so much damage here. The shimmy! You are dead. Exactly what pietaa needed. This is one of the go-to last places to swing the momentum comfortably if you want to still come back. So the time is now. The time to strike at the core of Hoplan. Nice whip punish. Didn't have the tilt here this time. Sometimes the tilt doesn't even reach. I forgot if you have to have a counter hit with the bar slash to get the tilt to combo. Here we go with the safe jump once again. The Rekka second hit, low. Instead of an overhead, a little bit of a deceptive kind of thing. You think it might look like an overhead, but it is in fact a low. Tries for it again. Hoplan is backdashing. The inbuilt frames out of the white wild assault, and then the blood spurn. Oh, I think that might be pop. Yep. That was presence of mind. pietaa was just locked in there. The perfect understanding of how the resources need to be spent in this situation to just make Hoplan have no winning opportunity, no winning options anymore. It was basically at that point pietaa's round to lose if she plays it wrong, but she did. Forced pop here, tried to deactivate, I think. And this is not gonna go into the full animation, but Hoplan will happily take that. Do you need the full animation to get the blood return? I think so, right? Lifting forward, 5B, the fast button, and then activate. This is a very low jelly activation though, so pietaa won't have time to do too much here. This will build the minimum amount of jelly back and activate at the same time. Safe jump. But Hoplan can burst, sorry, RC here. Oh, and RC's into that throw as well. There's a couple of ways how Hoplan can play that depending on if they want to take the hit or rather deliver the hit on block. And I guess the downside is if the safe jump is kind of late there, then the jumping might still be active depending on your, your RC timing. Right through the wall. Full gauge. Hoplan. Nothing to defend with here. Finds the low, doubles it up into a throw. Sorry, into an overhead. And that's it. Pietaa mounting a comeback position. 2 in a row. Perhaps more to come. While QK is taking water into the completely wrong pipe. That's not where it's supposed to go, QK. Don't do that. Hoplan coming in. DP cancel into Kukyo fight. Even if Pietaa got sort of out of there, Hoplan is still in a very decent position in terms of, how much blood and tension he has left. But so is Pietaa. The TK key grab will cause a soft knockdown. But, right. You can definitely take that. You can take that pretty happily, because, like, if you have the 50 meters spent afterwards, what is that? Like, there's really nothing you can do against that kick super. Forced pop, straight into a parry. Knew the frame situation that the far slash wouldn't get there before the active frames can trigger. Now Hoplan, low blood. Yes, wait for a couple of seconds, check what they want to do, and then Beyblade. The delayed Beyblades are the nastiest ones, right? It's much easier to predict if you just, expect that the Nago is gonna go for it immediately. Backdash out, but option selected so that there is actually no way out. Do we get the deactivation? Perfect timing at the very last moment. Plus frames from the key crab. Alright, Hoplan reversing the momentum, starting with the YRC, and now working to the other corner. One of the better characters for, that's gonna be baited! But we don't have the resources to get the hard knockdown. Hoplan was kind of maybe torn between not taking the wall break at all, and then the Jealous Rage F Shiki makes quick work of Hoplan. More important rounds coming. Ooh, attempts a whip punish was a little late there. Deflect shield, that's gonna land as a whip punish. Big valuable situation for Hoplan. If he would manage to hold Pietaa still until the jelly pop, that would be the most optimal scenario. But now we'll have to take this air type instead. YRC, get me out of here. And now we burn blood. We get blood back. Samurai mix may be coming. High, low, finds the hit. Is it a kill? Is it a pop? I think should be able to. No, not quite. But the mix-up afterwards jumps over. What? Oh my god, it's safe? It's safe against the reversal super? Are you kidding me? Or was that purposely done as a very late jump heavy? Oh, I think it might be because the reversal super is so slow, right? So it just doesn't have the frames to get there in time. My god. Burst. Yeah, this time forcing a jelly pop from Pietaa instead with that burst. Both of these characters in these, in matchup against these characters, Samurai Mix. Are we gonna go for a pop? No, we're cashing out and preventing the pop. So more standard kind of a situation here for Hoplan. He could have taken the pop as well. He has so much life, but I mean, who needs to risk it when you can play safe once in a while as well? And set point Hoplan here. Is Hoplan gonna take out another very top level opponent? Out of the blue wild assault, we got the activation. Oh no, Hoplan coming through. Got the backdash off, the best backdash in the game when that Jealous Rage is active, but it doesn't matter because that's one of the best close slashes as well. DP, hold these. 1, 2, we can activate now. 50 left. We indeed do, I think, was that? Yes, it was! The judgment coming through, and the reversal super ain't gonna do shit against the hyper armor frames of that Danzai. Very high on blood. He's gonna pop. And the range is not far enough. Close slash can't come through. Far slash is too slow. Tilt. Yeah, no way to press a button here. I think Hoplan might have been thinking about 6B. But the tilt had progressed too far. Counter hit from the tilt. Hoplan knows that would go into Jelly's rage. So might as well burst here. Skip neutral into the opponent's guard. -2 from that, but what is Biken in normal mode gonna press? Now the opposite situation, there are a lot of things to press. Negates the F-Shiki this time with the use of YRC. The pop is imminent. Pietaa saving herself though. 5B preventing whatever Pietaa tried to press there, going online. Pop. Does Pietaa know? Does Pietaa know? It's a guaranteed kill. She knows! She knows! And she's alive! Very sharp vision. Understanding what is happening around you. Pietaa is on a crash course potentially to bring it back. Now Hoplan has to make sure that the nerves are not gonna get the best of him. These are the tough competitive moments that you're gonna be in sometimes. You had a very strong start, but now it looks like your opponent has learned some of your trade secrets. And we have to adjust somehow. Pietaa fighting through, soft knockdown. This time we don't have the meter for the kick super. In fact, it's Hoplan who has all the makings. Trying to go for a YRC probably there. Oh, the cash out. Let's see. Yep, it's gonna be enough damage. Very nice. So for the most part, Pietaa hasn't gone for the cash out reversal super unless there is a relevant chance to end the round. I think that was like literally the first situation where she could have actually utilized it even. Right, overhead blocked, -2, backdash out of there. Misses the 6 heavy, but we're still not done. Deactivate, get the the jelly back. Try to whip punish there on 2K, however, the spacing on that. Oh, again, yeah, sees it. And 5-6, Pietaa has exposed the vulnerabilities in Hoplan's game plan. Hoplan has been playing very high risk, high reward. The high risk has paid off for the most part thus far, but now I think Pietaa is spending the resources more strategically in order to force Hoplan in situations where, you know, the pops are more imminent. And I think Hoplan is a little bit of a, you know, has that emotional aspect as well. When the going gets rough, sometimes it's hard to keep up because Hoplan is one of the newer generation players. He does not have the experience of some of the players who have playing these children's rhythm games for over decades. But that does not take anything away from Hoplan. He can still make it, but this is Pietaa marching through. Do we have the range? Yes, this time the FD won't be able to push Pietaa far enough to whip it. A decent amount of damage. The damage is actually whatever here. The blood is the more important part, and the reason that, or rather the fact that we got out of that pressure sequence. And Hoplan puts himself on set point once again. Advantage resource-wise is on Pietaa's side. Has Wild Assault, has Deflect Shield, uses the Deflect, forcing Hoplan to discharge blood in return. It might seem like that Deflect Shield didn't do anything, however, Hoplan recovers out of that blood burn, recovering all of that blood. Hard knockdown, and Pietaa only Deflect Shield in her side, or at her side. Here comes Hoplan, hungry, thirsty, but good interruption here. Full gauge of... Ooh, nice! The Deflect Shield on downside, pushing the second hit far enough away, and if the second hit of downside whiffs, you are doomed! Speaking of being doomed, is it enough? I think it should be enough! Nago Super, lots of damage, and a guaranteed wall break damage will guarantee Hoplan cleans another matchup! 7-5. Oh my fucking god! I am trying to kill this boy here! I'm trying to kill him! But it don't work! Hoplan just refuses to go down! Help! Send your best players! Kill Hoplan! Somebody, please! Somebody stop him! if you are a big fan of Finnish players and vampires, look no further than, once again, the next game here. Glue. So it will be the first time we see Puuro Slayer. But same goes for Zero here. Slayer versus Bridget. A softie versus the TOD monster. Now, the control is definitely on Bridget's side, and it really begs the question, what are Bridget's relevant options to counter K-Mappa? What are Bridget's relevant options to prevent, you know, Slayer just coming in from half screen away, putting yourself in -2, building up risk, and then just brutally murdering you from one touch? So Zero is gonna need multiple hits to bring down Slayer. Slayer is, after all, kind of akin to a Big Body in terms of like how little damage he takes. It's really conscious design decision. They've left Slayer with very little strong reversal options, because it has one of the weakest backdashes in the game. Only has the reversal super to perform, you know.
Mankind knew that they cannot change
Oh,
society.
is the connection okay?
So instead of reflecting on themselves,
Are the frames okay?
the beasts, heaven,
Looks good. All right. Because Bridget likes to go airborne in a lot of occasions as well, but against Slayer, sometimes it's just super dangerous to go airborne against the Slayer. To leave the ground means that Slayer might play the K-Mappa and then manifest himself right below you, recover out of that mappa, and then close slash you. This is literally the strongest close slash that we have in the game in terms of where it hits and how much damage it delivers on successful hits. Puuro taking it easy, making sure that the plus frames are there. Knockdown. Zero chooses to take the burst still and play this out. YRC is baited, but no punish. It's sometimes a little hard to see. OTG pile bunker. Lots of spaghetti drop on the floor here. Unwilling to press button there. Gold burst from Puuro as well. All right, so making best of the tricky situation. If Puuro actually got that round without spending the burst, that would have probably been the disaster of the highest kind. But because Puuro at the end had to or felt like they had to spend it, we're going into this next round with both players having very little burst resources to spend. And now you are locked in the corner. Another command grab. As more command grabs that I've seen. Oh, trying to go for a triple, but Puuro ain't gonna buy that. Holding up back. Lots of damage coming through. 1, 2, 3 hits, and half your life. And with the safe jump, there's a very, very, very trivial safe jump. Don't really have to do anything difficult, just instant air dash into jump heavy. But the rock the baby works once again. Didn't work on the third time, so let's try it for the fourth time. It is a new situation after all. Alright, catching the backdash and baiting the DP, however, a little too far to connect with that far slash. 2S into Bite, Universe, and then cash out with 50. Needs one more hit. YRC is the get off me tool, uses the burst as well to enforce plus frames. But Puuro is staying patient. Perhaps too patient. I guess that's why Puuro is staying so damn patient that the command grab, the crabs are landing. Ah, look at that, the forward, the dash cancel jump into into a little bit of extra momentum there that allowed Puuro to get into a position to land that that jump slash. Even the jump slash has some interesting momentum shenanigans there, where it kind of delays it kind of extends your angle, so you go a little bit further and you float a little bit longer in the air. Also, howdy players from Juxtaposer's stream. Howdy, howdy. We're on our, I think this is the 4th matchup of the evening. So half point of the set. Puuro, Slayer versus Zero, Bridget. A pair of completely new players on Bounty Hunters. Ooh, waiting for the burst. Tried to wait for it again, but I think Zero was still in a recovery frames and couldn't block that time. Now locked in the corner. Are we gonna wait that? Interesting. This time the 6B is gonna call out the jump slash. This will get Puuro out of the sticky situation at the cost of 50 meter, of course. Did the pile bunker from a range where I think Puuro sort of recognized that at this point it's not gonna be plus. So if I want to be plus, I need to RC it. Which is fair enough. It's probably a very important kind of situation that you want to be able to eye for when the mappa is plus and when it's not. Goes for both Slayer and the opponent, of course. Safe jump. Of course, there isn't really anything relevant that Puuro could have done with the amount of resources available. Goes for the shoot for the moon, but is it recovered in time? Yes, it is. Punish? No, you need to dash forward to get the full punish there. And I think Zero maybe not comfortable enough to dash in there. Could lack the critical information if you've never tried that punish in training mode. And you've never seen Slayer connect the move at that spacing. Because it's like the further you are, or rather, Slayer is always gonna manifest like certain distance ahead of him, right? And depending on where you stand, if you stand right next to him, or if you whiff against somebody who's like airborne right next to you, you're gonna be manifesting like so far away.
Duel 1.
Right, 2 for Puuro so far. Nice whip punish there, coming from the far 5 heavy. And nice, the yo-yo coming back, getting the full combo, wall break and everything. But the jump gate chooses a button that activates a little faster for the occasion. YRC is close enough and spending even more burst to get into this set play scenario. I like it. Don't play against Slayer any more than you have to. It's very dangerous. Your life is at risk every single moment when you try to swing. DP this time connects. It's a little bit of a threat that the cross jump. Oh, I like that. The delayed option there, akin to a dive kick. If the opponent goes for the 6P, which is what Puuro went for, the Roger dive is gonna delay the angle and punish. Yeah, anti-air is on point this time, not even needing the 6P, just flat out thinking that the opponent is not going to be able to get there. Nice prediction on the throw. It leads into Blue Wild Assault, set up stop. 2K is going to be able to low profile. Really great choice here for Zero. And getting the corner. Oh no, are we good? We're good? And sealing the deal with another command grab. I really like the pace of Zero, starting the set with very many, like a lot of command grab first, sort of putting it in the back of Puuro's mind, then taking a short break, not running any of the throws, and then bringing it back again at the most crucial moments. Ouch! Into the corner you go. Missed the close slash meaty was probably what Puuro wanted. And now, nice comboing with the JoJo, with the JoJo coming back to JoJo's yo-yo. Hello, the Swedish JoJo's. Oh wait, it's the other way around. If somebody's name is JoJo, then Swedish people would say yo-yo, right? Anyway, with the 5 heavy. But Puuro is powering through and goes for that 20-frame cross-up. Very, very hard to react to. Was a little bit of a risk there. Could have potentially put himself in the corner. 6B works out. And now, what do we got What do we got in store for Puuro? Good 6B. Anti-air reactions are on point. Which of course is a very good ability to have for a character that plays so much neutral. If you are the character who is supposed to dominate, then of course the opponent's go-to thought process will be, I don't want to play that neutral, I want to jump over it. So having anti-airs on point at every moment of the... Oh, again! I think this is like the third or fourth time when Zero just has a really nice call-out on the far-reaching buttons. You could probably even go for a bar slash or a 5 heavy when you see the dandy step activating, because it does take quite a few frames for Slayer to get anything relevant out. Right, comboing for the 5D. Puuro has a lot of resources here if he gets to act. Will definitely get to act here out of the soft knockdown. Tries to fish for a poke with 2 heavy. Glow slash, going active, break their guard, go another! Oh, this time it was Master's Hammer instead. But that's not gonna be enough on the normal hit. Will just convert into a soft knockdown, or rather a hard knockdown and nothing else. One more pile bunker would be it, or rather, sorry, the other pile bunker. The Mappa hunch. I think that might have been what was in Zero's mind. That was definitely in my mind. Every player would be thinking, oh god, I have 0 health, he's definitely gonna came up, alright? But Puuro actually used that as a sort of a leverage point and instead approached in other means. Or through other means. Alright, follow up with the blue wild assault. Like chill, getting a jump in, cross up. Ooh, the YRC comes out in just in the nick of time for Zero to not have to block the cross-up. Speaking of cross-ups, Shoot going way overboard and getting punished big time by Puuro. Oh, that hurts. Charlie, that really hurts. And now RC, no RC. I think the deal, like the very late PRC would have probably still been an option here, but perhaps Puuro was exactly thinking that that was what Zero thought that would happen. That is definitely an RPS option as well, to perform something really, really minus on blocks such as like Stun Dipper or Pile Bunker, and then just expect that they expect you to RC it. Because like, who wouldn't? Who would be that crazy, right? Right to the other side. Missing the 2S meaty there for Puuro. Right, recognizes that whiffing this Roger dive at this spacing would get me with punished most likely. So spending the meter, oh, this safe jump? Not a safe jump. As is this not, as this was not either. The step cancel dash forward, finding the Mappa. And coming down from the perfect angle. I was worried there for a moment for Puuro. Did in fact with that Mappa, right? Oh, nice bait. And that should be it, right? With a 50 meter, you have so many different ways of finishing it. Zero coming through clutch at the very last pixels. Waiting for the move. Are you gonna dash forward? Are you gonna dandy step? No, I'm gonna 6K. All right, 6K has a movement option. That is definitely unorthodox. But I mean, if that's not what your opponent is looking for, then by all means. Making sure that the pressure is on Puuro here. The super into... Oh, the yo-yo comes back. We have so much meter as well. Puuro might have to think about that burst soon. There it is. But now... Ah, it's actually Zero who gets to skip the neutral first. It was a little bit of a game of cat and mouse there. It's like, I know you have 50. Slayer wants to do the Mappa.
Bridget wants to do the kickstart, and you know they're gonna be followed up by 50-meter probably in the end. It's really weird. Like, is this on my end actually? Are we the ones dropping frames? No, I don't. We don't have any. Yeah, 0 drop frames on my side, so I think this is just server side. Kind of a shenanigan here. Ooh, was able to react on time and jump out. Rock the Baby is kind of nasty coming from an air position. Comeback opportunity. No cross-ups. Oh man, he was really waiting for that DP / deflect shield here. Lots of respect. Faking with the forward dash as well. Alright, nice confirm there. It's really cool when Slayer players can also do the too heavy into pile bunker hit confirm without the counter hit. But speaking of the counter hits, that's quick 1, 2, 3, and here comes the 4th. And soon Zero might be bleeding the 5th here. Let's see what happens. YRC into the corner, very nice timing. So if there is any sort of downside for being a Slayer, is that a lot of your combos just tend to swing you back and forth, as well as your pressure strings, so YRCs and bursts can potentially just put you in a corner position. Reversal, super, with an option to follow up with an RC as well. Leave clothes behind and get the round. The yo-yo setup. That was the passive one though, so not getting the cleanest of set plays afterwards. First has been spent by both players. Step cancel, dash forward. You get a little bit of extra momentum to your jumps that way. Back throw, still gets the close slash. YRC, get off me. I don't want to block that. Sorry, I don't want to block that close slash. Waiting for the DP again, or perhaps a shimmy. It's a lot of both players whipping, but it's Puuro who recovers faster rather. Time to mix it up. Block these. The low into a command grab. Always the finishing touch, and this time the air command grab won't be blocked by blocked by Puuro. It's so nasty as well, even though it has a lot of startup. It kind of like it's a good mix with your normal jump in attacks, right? All right, with the guaranteed punish here, choosing a 2K this time. Close slash is also possible for that pile bunker. Is what it is, -8 or 9, something like that. All right, 1, 2, 3, and the super could honestly be a kill. No, it's not a clean hit, so it's not gonna kill. A lot of the damage potential of that DOT or super mappa hunch, as it's called in this game, is locked behind the clean hit, the second hit that you get if you connect with it from a particular distance. Nice backdash out of the throw. Putting Zero in the corner. The neutral jump coming down with the button works out once again. Especially from that range. Slayer, did we press a button? No. And a close slash punish is ready to go. Deliver maximum amount of punish and the wall break. Slayer is decently low here, so gonna get the maximum amount of hits. This is probably the highest combo combo damage you will ever see against Slayer from Bridget. You had like all the makings of a big combo. Slayer, counter hit state, towards the corner, and you're ready to route into the best possible clean hitting. Like, not clean hitting, but getting all the hits from your Roger super. To the other side, close slash, yes, that would have been pretty decent amount of damage as well. So Puuro washing his hands out of that one for now. But here comes Zero once again, time to break it. Hoopity loopity. Now comes the boopity. Safe jump, in case Puuro wanted to go for the reversal super. There is, of course, the reversal super PRC available as well if you want to rock with that. Straight in front of Zero. Drops the combo, oh no! Okay, just happy little accidents. We get the quick little reset into a tap dust. And that would put Zero. That would put Zero on the driver's seat for the first time in this set. 4-3. Puuro had a very strong start. But then Zero probably able to learn something. And now has been able to control, especially the neutral, quite well. Dare I say, this doesn't look like a matchup at all in terms of the characters or, you know, the player that you're playing against. Not looking like a matchup where you get to just skip the neutral for free, right? Plus frames, I think, from that spacing. Ooh, twirling. And with the finish shimmy, the neutral jump. Ooh, waiting for some sort of a move here. I wonder if that dandy step actually recovers fast enough to be able to block against DP. I would imagine it does if Puuro chose to go for it. Been baiting that DP quite a bit, but Zero has been very patient with using it. Very scarce. As soon as I say it, here it comes out again. Ooh, this is gonna hit, and it's gonna be a clean hit as well. Is it? Roger dive into a cash out. Puuro has the 50 ready to go, as well as the full burst. Lots of options available here. Puuro would love to take that burst into next round if possible. Zero only has so little life, but can you afford to make that investment? Puuro says yes. Yes, I can. Invest the tension instead. Go for the shenanigans, force the pressure, and the mix-ups. Here comes the baby. That is gonna be rocked for the nth time in a row. Mappa, that's gonna be minus, too close. I think -2 at that spacing. Ooh, it still connects. Always looks like it initially is kind of whiffing, but it has some active frames and I think it slides forward, so even if you don't have the perfect spacing, if the opponent doesn't react in any sort of meaningful way, it's still gonna rock you. 0-2 games of lead. Looking good. For Zero, that is. Depending on who you're cheering for. We here on Bounty Hunters, of course, no bias whatsoever. So the P-Mappa is... What is P-Mappa on? I think P-Mappa is like -1-2 at that range. But not punishable with a throw, like the K1. There we go, time to press our advantage. 2K, take my turn. And then rock them. 50 meter for both players. Feeling like this would be probably whiff punish, trading in the into the jump in. And then aggressively pressing buttons, producing hitboxes. 2S. Still very decent reach. And some active frames as well. There we go, look at the timing, the 5 heavy again. Calling out the approach attempts from Puuro. Out of the sky, it's late. Slap him, YRC burst, use it all. Get me out of there, get me this pressure. 2P prevents the, what's that Mappa actually tried to do? Waiting for the burst never to come. And now, it was a big value play for Puuro to not fall into the burst bait. Gets to take the burst into the next round. There it is, the value that they were looking for. This time the backdash so slow that the far slash doesn't find its mark in time. 2S vacuums them back into the command grab, and then this is actually surprisingly little damage for Slayer since the wall just gave out too early. Get the command grab. If they are worried, I mean that safe jump is so common there. The simple instant air dash into jump heavy, right? So that you're kind of gonna be expecting it most of the time. And then if you don't option select, you could perform an option select such as like tapping a throw Oh no, you can't. You actually can't because you're playing against Slayer, and the bite is throw invulnerable. Your bot loops? Hello? Real shit? Real combos? I think it's like 6 heavy is one of the harder hitting normals that Bridget has, so I don't know for sure, but those might be relatively optimal combos, maybe? Fancy combos, definitely. Right, setting it up. Nice, the combo's working pretty well for Zero. Goes to the other side. Very hard commit kind of a mix-up. I think Zero didn't press a button here, so it's gonna get... I was waiting for the burst, but not long enough. Perfect delay there on Puuro's side. Minus, trying to press buttons afterwards, or block the initial hit and then try to up it after. Whoa, what? Cross-ups galore? Hello? I've never seen that one before. That is nasty. That is definitely worthy of 6 points for Zero here. Where was the yo-yo even set? Did Zero leave it behind? Was that why it looked so fancy? Because the yo-yo was left behind or off screen or something, and then, you know, you went for the rolling movement? Damn. Huh. Right, we have the RC here. Puuro could potentially YRC back if they want, or the super. Get out of here, RC. Drift back. Oh, which side? I don't give a shit. DP here. And switch sides. Yeah, we have the cash out as well. I think this won't kill Slayer, right? Yeah, because Slayer is a tough boy. So going back to neutral. Ooh, the jump K was actually went for a really preemptive jump K as a perhaps like a read that there was gonna be an air-to-air situation. But now look at this meter. Roger, yep, gonna track. There is no doubt, there was literally no doubt in my mind that Zero doesn't unleash the super here. There's no way. If you have 100 and it's a soft knockdown, of course you're gonna do it. Especially when you need only one more hit. Speaking of one more, Zero on set point here, and Puuro will have to fight tooth and nail to find the bites, to find the claws, scratches, whatever you vampires, you nightless do to people. This could be the last mix-up situation. Into a low, set it up, spend the meter into the butt, and there's gonna be nothing you can do. No burst to save you. Zero is gonna take his first match on Bounty Hunters. 7-4. But it was a good hustle back and forth. Puuro came out swinging for the fences at the start. But then the adjustment and the ability to control Slayer. A feat that, like, many of us are coveting so much, like something that a lot of us would just love to do consistently. And we just are not able to do. That Beast Slayer is very hard to control. But Zero somehow managing to do it. Alright, now moving on to the double Potemkin mirror part of the show. First one of them is gonna be Chiyomia versus BitesTheDust. So there's a little bit of a funny thing in both of the upcoming Potemkin mirrors, that potentially the connection might not be the most pristine ever. The first one is gonna be Libya versus England, as Chiyomia representing the continent south of us. So there's a decent amount of distance between the players, but hopefully we'll still have good matches. Let's see which one of the players is in the lobby. Right, so we need Chiyomia. get our ID as well. Oh, I didn't actually even notice that we got rated by two people. So I noticed Japsta, but I didn't notice Gatlingru. Howdy how? If there are still people from Gatlingru's stream, late welcome to you as well, my dear ladies and gentlemen and everything in between. Now I think I see is oh, signs of life, perhaps. Looks like we have some issues with the controllers on Chiyomia's side. There is, of course, option to play the other Potemkin mirror first. Give me a moment, doing some TO work here. In which case, that would be upgrade and swag, aka #1 glue Crusader. There's a lot of glue in the card today. All right, let me ask upgrade and swag. And if that doesn't work out, I mean, we can always reach for the Thunder Kitty versus Justplay as well. So we have go from swag. One aspect to consider, of course, is that it is fairly early for East Coast, and upgrade is an East Coast US player, so it's also possible they might have been expecting to play a little later and getting a little bit of extra shot eye before it's go time. I did have the pleasure of playing versus Upgrade Potemkin earlier this week when we were sort of testing if, you know, testing the waters in terms of like where are we standing in terms of skill level. And it's always fun when you notice that, all right, so even though the connection is not the best to East Coast, it's still like fairly playable to the point where it's like you can say it's competitive enough. Like I would play that connection in a tournament. It's really cool when you get to, you know, mingle with people from other continents. Rollback, it really is a great thing. Alright, never mind. So looks like we have a Chiyomia clearing the controller matchup, so
couple of hiccups, but bear with us. It wouldn't be Bounty Hunters week if there's not a little bit of scuff at least. It was looking way too good. Where are my disconnections? Where are my where are my spectators timing out in the middle of the round? What's going on? It's too good. What gives? What gives, Ishiwatari? Well, that's certainly great, because we still have Upgrade missing in action, so we're gonna hop into this Potemkin mirror first. So I don't usually, I'm not like too keen on making mirror matches by default, because usually like, I think variety is kind of cool thing. I mean, I have nothing against mirror matches. In fact, I personally love mirror matches, but I think from the viewpoint of the folks who are enjoying the show at home, it might be a little more interesting if you get like different matchups in there. Nevertheless, it just ends up sort of unfolding this week like so, where you have two, in fact 4 Potemkin players set up against one another. There was an option to have a 5th Potemkin on the card as well, because Uther could have theoretically played Potemkin as well instead of Elfelt. Alright, we have Chiyomia, we have BitesTheDust, and now fingers crossed, my friends, my dear gamers, that the connection actually works. I forgot if I did tell both the pairs the connection tests, but I forgot if I actually got word from them whether, you know, any of that was successful or not. But here's to hoping. Alright, Potemkin Mirror for the first time since the 4th Bounty Hunters ever. Oh, never mind, I think BitesTheDust just crashed. Alright, well, better now than in the middle of the match. Bear with us while we're still troubleshooting a couple of last-minute details. So it seems like the lore is that they did play some matches last night and the connection was rather smooth. So it could be bad internet day, bad server day, or I mean sometimes with Strive it's, you know, you just have to have one of the players host the room, because there's a lot of bad mojo sometimes going around. Two Potemkins too much for the game to handle, potentially. Oh god, these colors are very similar to one another, are they not? So Chiyomia is gonna be the denim color, and BitesTheDust is that gray?
Mankind knew that they cannot.
And then this stage, which also obscures vision a little. Oh no, this is gonna be a visual nightmare, isn't it?
Heaven or hell.
They're so similar. They look so similar. Oh my god. If I was colorblind, this would be hell.
Potemkin versus Potemkin. Duel 1.
They look literally the same, dude. Oh no! Not like this. They look literally the same colors. I can't tell them apart. Okay, so that means I'm gonna have to keep. My eyes will have to be focused on where they start and if they switch sides. So Chiyomia is starting in the left side. Ooh, frame trapping with the heat tackle. All right. I mean, historically, there has been a lot of like really interesting, the matchup sort of mechanics have always been somewhat of a, whichever Potemkin does something first is gonna lose. Which is sort of like, because of how armor, or rather hyper armor, interacts with other armor moves. So for example, if one Potemkin does sleight head, then answering it with a sleight head of your own is actually gonna make you win the situation. Or in case of, you know, White Wild Assault, that works too. Oh, the read here. Big cash out with Potemkin Buster, or heavenly, of the heavenly kind. Is gonna certainly deliver enough damage to take out Chiyomia there. I feel like the likelihood of me counting the score correctly here during this set is very, very low. Oh, but what if you just literally do another armor move afterwards? There we go. This time the timing was on a, so that it landed as a punish. Into Garuda. Going for the hard read, however, Chiyomia was not ready to try to jump out. Nevertheless, coming down with the cheeks. Because you, like, it's tough as well because you don't have a normal dash that would allow you to dash out of the corner just like that. Potemkin is kind of like okay at approaching on you, but not running under you. I wonder what the best method of movement would have been to get out of there. Oh, both players having the RC and the cheeks! Missing the anti-air with, was that close slash that Chiyomia went for, and getting busted once again. Another thing that very, very much sort of you know, encompasses how Potemkin tends to play is, if you have more meter than your opponent, then you have ridiculously good options to just, you know, outplay them. Or rather say that, right, I'm just gonna do my armor move and I can follow it up with an RC of any kind. I could even do forward Mega Fist. You could do so many things and just bail yourself out and keep up your pressure. Or even go for a mix-up afterwards. After swinging your, you know, reckless. I saw that the heat tackle was coming online. Wait. That, huh? That recovered airborne? Wait a minute. How? Wait, was there an RC? I blinked and I missed it. Alright, got rid of once again. You know the vibes. Go 2 plus million on block. Guard crush. Ooh, punishing the... Was that even a punish? Big counter hit. Converting into another grab. That was kind of fancy. From the 2S, reeling back state into a Potemkin Buster, into RC, into Heavenly Potemkin Buster. That was quite a bit of grappling there.
and really fast rounds as well. Is this already like third game? I mean, it is a high damage character that we're talking about. And it looks like BitesTheDust is having just a little bit more success with the offensive maneuvers. There we go, perfect timing, waiting for the slide head from the opponent. Ooh, that was a nice idea. However, BitesTheDust staying very, very patient with the RC, putting them to the other side, the very classic Potemkin Buster cash out option. One more hit. Oh, and the Garuda is... You would usually go into a Kara Buster, which is what BitesTheDust tried to do here. But Nova, his opponent, wasn't quite ready to react. Start, Kara Buster, wakes up with a Buster. Busting definitely makes them feel good. The delayed slight hit option is on BitesTheDust's side this time, and fully charged the 5D. Was definitely it was a situation where you could have RC'd it as well, and since the opponent didn't quite have their burst ready to go, there was just so many options for tomfoolery of any kind from BitesTheDust's side. It's like the best kind of situation where you want to be when your opponent can't burst and you have so many resources in terms of tension. You get to do like all the funny mix-ups that you could ever hope for. The armor on BitesTheDust's side from that slide head had already expired there. The timing is everything in this. Oh, the red explosion of the RC produces another hit and breaks the armor of Chiyomia's. Now BitesTheDust is gonna try for a comeback. Gold burst. Ooh, value play! Not only getting the kill, but also getting the 50 burst out of BitesTheDust. Because that end up whiffing with that White Wild Assault. 6p round start. Goes into the up grab. And then Chiyomia is slowly starting to find a little bit of their stride. 5B into 2D. We're gonna punish the very low. Oh, nice. And a very delayed backdash as well. The armor versus armor once again. Here comes the Buster. Chiyomia still has quite a lot of life to spend. And 50 meter in order to try to reversal out of this. This shouldn't be the kill, right? It is on Potemkin. And I think this was comboed into, right? Yeah. Just barely living. No OTG available. Careful with the chip damage. 5p ain't enough. The slide hit does not deliver damage. And the wake up Buster actually punishes something from BitesTheDust. I think that was kind of brilliant because BitesTheDust out of that setup, that Hammerfall break, I believe didn't have a whole lot of plus frames to play with. So Chiyomia went for the fastest kind of Abare move there, the Buster, which is basically Potemkin's 5-framer. I mean, he has two, 5p and the Buster, but of course you can guess which one is the better yielding option, huh? Go with the punish. First Buster, we have so much meter. I mean, Chiyomia is gonna have some too, but unfortunate. Wanted to go for the Mega Fist, but missing the charge and getting a 6 heavy for their troubles. I think what was the deal there for Chiyomia, and then punished big time by BitesTheDust. Tried to go for a Kara Buster, but I think missed the Kara part of it and not getting any forward moving momentum. Slide head. Ooh, slide heading the landing frames actually. I think just going for a raw slide head is very, very risky. As he's going for a raw heat tackle, but it works out this time. Oh, and a big read again. BitesTheDust has been rocking with these heavenly Potemkin reads. Sees the jump coming through, but it's not done deal yet. Deflect shield called out by the throw option. It is grapplers, man. It's you know they want to go for the grab, But then you also know that because they know that they want to grab, they probably will strike you quite a bit as well. But then when you use that one option that is extremely vulnerable against the command grab, you feel very silly at the end of that interaction. Again, waking up with the Buster. 5-framer, not a real invulnerable reversal, but oh, it was a fast RC into the cheeks. Oh, nice! Canceling just in the nick of time to throw the armor frames, and now take this Gigantor. Enough damage to juggle. Aegis Reflector. Right, I think there was a Mega Fist back option called out by the Heat Crab. Got a normal jump in, no anti-air this time. Gonna work out of this corner again, armoring the forward Mega Fist. That is definitely an option. Getting the loop and dropping at the end. I think there was a conscious combo drop in order to not go for the wall break prematurely. For BitesTheDust didn't have the meter yet. But with this meter, we could potentially mount the comeback into another Mega Fist PRC Buster. One more. Waits for the deflect shield. Both players have had a very keen sense for the deflect shield RPS. And Chiyomia slowly coming online. Not too late for sure. Alright, slide it at the same time, ends up landing, oh, and the handshake. Yeah, we hit it. I mean, a lot of the times you aren't gonna hit the same frame, especially if you're trying to look at what the opponent's Potemkin is doing and reacting to their, their slide head starting to go online. Actually not sure, it should be reactable, right? How fast does the armor come online? Because like you definitely can RTL on Sin as a true reaction to the slide head startup. Alright, fully charged 5D delivers a lot of punishment and putting BitesTheDust in that positive bonus state. 6 heavy, big hit. Oh, RC from both sides. But Chiyomia is the one that has is able to produce multiple hits now. Alright. Mega Fist, able to avoid the 6 heavy. Armor meets armor, but the heat tackle recovers faster. Those armor versus armor interactions are very, very delicate. Heat tackle takes the cake here. I mean, heat tackle just tends to be a very, triumphant option against anything that your opponent could be doing. Like, usually the solution is to not hit anything, which can be a little... I mean, if I was a Potemkin player, I would be hitting a lot of buttons as well, because you have a lot of far-reaching, very hard-to-challenge buttons, right? Alright, heat tackle works out for Chiyomia. Careful with the meter, gets a 6B heat crab in. Not close enough to break the wall just yet. Ooh, that's a big one. Cancels into... Oh. Can we get out of there? No. Jump D. Jump cancel into jump D. Is that illegal? Is that fair? Throw? No. Tries to go for a close slash instead, which does collide still with the armor. Difficult decisions that we have to take. Forward Mega Fist completely avoiding the far slash here. Far slash hits extremely high, but I think it was a little bit on a dead zone there. Because the forward finger of Potemkin's extends very, very far and very high. Getting a successful jump in, Mega Fist. Oh, armor stays, the Hammerfall armor stays active far longer than the slide head this time. Sliding forward to the 6K. I mean that 6K is a movement option in certain cases. No RC, but we're going for a ride here. Positive bonus, 100 meter. What are we gonna do with that? 6 heavy! And that's gonna be it for BitesTheDust. Very fast and furious. Potemkin mirror. Lots of damage back and forth. No holding back. Both players swinging. Wild. Be it for better or worse. One will come out of the pit victorious, and it ends up being BitesTheDust today.
And we're gonna have another one of these in a row. I think at least one of these Potemkins has a color. By the way, I gotta hand it to Altinit again. This 6 Potemkins shot was freaking sending me earlier when I was prepping for the event. It's so great. I swear, I shit you not, Altinit must be a comedic genius. Very underappreciated. Right, Finland versus North Carolina. Over the ocean, they said. How am I gonna fit Sweg's name in there? Is this? No, this is too small. What if I... Can I take the number 1 off of it and still make it fit? Would this fit? No. What if I just do Sweg? Hold on, we gotta figure this thing out. Is this good? No, it's still too long. Damn. I'll just be Swag then. Freak. I can't troubleshoot it. There we go. At least that works out. Sorry about that. Alright, so... And which one is on upgrade on the right? Right, so the grappling has started. Backdash into Buster, the most classic maneuver. Reversal with the backdash Mega Fist again, like we discussed in the earlier set. The Potemkin generally that does the slight head last is gonna win the interaction. Wall is approaching in, and that wall is gonna go all the way from side to side. That's what makes it so dangerous. Things like Louis drone or tools like that tend to eventually expire, but I think Gaikanter Kai just literally, if you unleash it on the other side of the screen, it pushes the opponent to the other side of the screen. They will have to deal with it somehow, be it blocking it or jumping over it, which is of course a very dangerous maneuver, especially for slow characters such as Potemkin himself. Got them with the Garuda, and another one. I mean, the good news is that getting hit from your backdash with a Garuda won't lead into like the highest damage ever. Oh, the bluff here from Swag. Faking with the Garuda, and then I think I saw that. I saw that on the tournament that was going on in UK recently, or even today. Was it? Or was it yesterday? Even through getting hit by the reflector, knocked out. Both players fighting tooth and nail for this first set win, or the first game, or sorry, not set win, but game win. Put them in a lot of minus frames, but eventually you're gonna be pushed so far away that you don't have the best of options from that Garuda. However, from this range, you are in a perfect place. Goes with the fully charged 5D, checking if Upgrade is ready to block. That might, I dare say, that could be the meta here. Because this is, like, from my experience when I was playing from Upgrade, it is like somewhere around 3 rollback frames. So it's like
your realistic reaction time against a fully charged 5D is less than the 21 frames that is advertised. Or I mean, if you fully charge it, it's something like 30, but it's actually way less when you have some amount of delay. All right, with the combos, and able to deliver enough damage. Like optimal Potemkin combos look so, they look so clunky, but they're still like kind of cool. So the Slight Head armor frame staying active for long enough so that Upgrade wasn't able to get any value from that White Wild Assault. Oh, with the tricky stuff, sticking with the Garuda, and this is gonna force the wall break no matter what. Ooh, cut him. I think trying to jump out there was Upgrade. Sweg has had a lot of like really good jump-in mix-ups. Being able to be tricky, being able to call out the opponent, you know. Oh! I think Sweg recovered faster out of that Mega Fist. Don't cross the Mega Fist, don't cross the beams. That might be bad luck. Again, the Mega Fist from Sweg comes online slower, meaning it stays airborne longer and perhaps stays out of the opponent's reach for a longer period as well. Oh my god, armor versus armor. However, Upgrade chose to use that YRC, sorry, not YRC, the PRC, and able to initially win that interaction. However, spent the 50. Of course you would. Of course you would, because if you have the positive bonus, don't let them breathe at all. If you can force it and play the set play. Potemkin is a nasty, nasty machine when you have 50 meter available. Even when, like, yeah, case in point, Sweg probably wants the 50 meter as fast as possible. It's very interesting. So the heat tackle actually just grazes the armor frame of the Slight Head there, and both end up whiffing. Unless they land right next to each other. Sweg trying to backdash Buster again, but not this time. Upgrade is keeping it tight, not allowing... Oh, 2P is a faster cancel than the gun. Uh-oh, gonna collide with the armor. Able to save themselves using 50. But the mix-up is still there. Tried to be sneaky. I think that was probably one of the only things that you could have done to get out of that mix-up situation, is to get the Potemkin Buster and go into your command grab animation. Perhaps allowing the Aegis Reflector to pass you after that. Right, here comes the Garuda once again. Good patience from Upgrade. The back Mega Fist, very hard to anti-air. The go-to option in a lot of cases for many characters tend to be, don't try to challenge the Mega Fists. Oh, sees the burst, gets the bait, and the Buster. One more, what's it gonna be? Low chain? Forward Mega Fist, big counter hit. Opponent was airborne as well, so got a little bit of oomph out of that. Deflection, that works so well. Still had to take the 2D, but the 2D was probably the only thing that Upgrade could have done in that situation to reach. Or was it Sweg? I forgot. Either way, Upgrade will be on board with that. 1-2. This is where it starts.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh my god, trading with the Mega Fists. I think... Oh, handshake. Is that forward Mega Fist, does it do more damage? Huh. Because the Mega Fist definitely did different values of damage there. Something I did not actually know. There we go, Upgrade had the more delayed Slight Head, which means we're coming out of that interaction victorious. Produce another one, red RC. Extra hit to break the armor. Spending all of their resources in order to not have to take any of these goddamn mix-ups from the fellow grappler. Ah, you're airborne. Whether you block or not, that heat tackle is pretty great when it collides with something in air. This time, only backdash, no Buster. Sometimes it can be very dangerous, very critical for the Buster, but speaking of the Buster, the time is now when I have the pressure. Tick Buster, all the trick in the book. But the forward Mega Fist keeping Upgrade in the air long enough. Ooh, tried to go for an up grab there, or the heat grab. Heat knuckle? I think heat knuckle is the name. Hello? Garuda very close by. This is dangerous. Close slash, close slash. Playing with a little bit of those stagger frames. Gets the slide head in just before heat tackle goes online. No way, I'll do it again. Slides in there. No response, no backdash, no jump out of the buster. 5D once again. You did it to me, I'll do it to you too. The reaction check has been played by both players. Neither player ready to answer the call of 29 frames, 30 frames. Oh my god, and it works when your opponent is airborne too. The lovely features of Guilty Gear Strive. Now Swag is gonna be pushed far away because of that deflect shield. But that was definitely an investment. And now with the positive bonus, especially Swag does have quite a lot of meter, can convert. Garuda once again has to, but you're crossing the beams. But again, Swag did the forward Mega Fist a couple of frames later than Upgrade. And that means
Duel 1.
you're gonna come out victorious. I love how this mirror has sort of maintained some of its like historical roots in the sense that, you know, even the big counter hit and the bait, wow. Saw the really fast burst coming out there. And now Swag's pressure, tap 5D. Ooh, that was clean. So the fast RC, I think Swag was kind of checking the corner damage there, or the wall damage, and perhaps thought that the first hit afterwards would have stuck. Oh, the armor that lasts longer for the, not Mega Fist, the Hammer Fall this time. But don't go airborne against Heat Tackle. Lots of risky options thrown back and forth. Big read coming from, trying to be cute. However, that Heavenly Potemkin Buster puts you kind of high up in the air. Backdash. 6B under that 2S, or bar slash was that. Getting out of here with this 50 meter, coming down with the cheeks. And I think at that spacing, Upgrade is probably plus. It's kind of hard for me to sometimes, you know, see the... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Backdash, alright, we're good. Back Mega Fist, plus frames, counter hit, gets you a combo. Oh! Wait a second, that hitbox was long, high enough to prevent the super from going online. I didn't know that that can even happen. An important round once again. This is a chance for Upgrade to keep it rather competitive still. There we go, punish, close slash. We got the biggest one. And into Garuda. Now, that backdash would have been, or that Garuda would have been okay to take if there was still a little bit of real estate to run back to, but that basically puts Swag into the corner. However, tried to go for the fully charged 5D again. This time, Upgrade says, nah-uh, brother. Nah-uh, not this time. I've eaten that twice already. Not the third time.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. Duel 1.
I like it how the fully charged 5Ds have actually been like part of the RPS process of both of our Potemkin mirror sets so far. I wonder if there's like actually like there's some deeper lore, or like rather I would love to get the again the quick handshake there, recognizing that we did the thing, you know, the thing of the thing. Hammer Fall performed later once again, gets Swag in and straight into the Garuda Buster. Sorry, Garuda pressure. And while Swag has the meter, this is dangerous. Here comes the hit, close slash link into. Ooh, and the trade works for Swag. Yes, indeed. Especially when your opponent is low on that health. Yeah. It's the backwards Mega Fist? The backwards Mega Fist is the one that deals more damage. Again, trading. And now mix-up time, unless Deflect Shield pushes Swag away from the primary mix-up range. Bar slash. Ooh, is that gonna reach? No, that actually gets out of the mirror range. It's still active there, so would be wise to completely avoid the left side of the screen at the moment. The Karaback Mega Fist does even more than either of the Mega Fists. That's really interesting because, like, technically you would think they are the same move, but they really, like, are not. And even the Kara Mega Fists have, like, different values. That's so cool. Right, with a BNB combo, break it, soft knockdown, upgrade. Perhaps could be at an advantage here because they started the soft knockdown situation with 50 meter, and now, despite the positive bonus, Swag wasn't able to get into a pressure position, but now they do. Deflect Shield is gonna whiff completely. Yeah, the sort of the victory condition after that momentum reversal for Swag was try to persist as long as possible. If you get out of the pressure situation, you land anything on upgrade, you're gonna have 100 meter and burst as well, if I recall correctly. Mega Fist backwards once again. Oh, nice block. Doing the thing, switching sides with the fast RC. I think Swag did miss the perfect combo there, though. Close slash into Buster. +3. Oh, no, in fact, isn't Potemkin's close slash +4? The single anomaly? Oh, he isn't even +5. No way. +4? I think +4 sounds familiar. Mega Fist back and forth. Especially when it's the Mega Fist forwards. If you block that stuff and the opponent doesn't have the meter to RC, there's a big opportunity for you to deal damage. But of course, none of the Potemkin players wants to yield any sort of momentum, any sort of pressure back Mega Fist. That was a reversal Kara back Mega Fist. Fisting forward, any hit will do. For either player, I think. Be very careful. Oh, the fully charged Wild Assault. Stays invulnerable for a little while longer and able to perceive past the armor frames of Slidehead. Knock them down. Didn't have the charge there, I think, so couldn't hammerfall forward. For once again, taking care of that 2K, but the back throw incident, Aegis Reflector finds the low. Immediate burst from from Swag. Trying to get the sneaky throw there. Fully charged 5D. I think Upgrade literally ain't gonna take that 5D anymore. Swag is now 2 for 2, but the 2 previous ones have been completely negated, completely blocked. And because of that, Upgrade was able to get out of the corner and get the momentum rolling for themselves.
Duel 1.
It's like the weirdest kind of nooch I've ever seen. Again, armor versus armor. I mean, White Wild Assault is armor as well. If you didn't have enough armor already on this character, get a lot of this armor. Right, hard read. Doesn't work out this time, but Upgrade manages to weasel their way out of the corner, which is a huge thing. If you let the opponent Potemkin do like a heavily Potemkin buster on you towards the corner, and you don't at least punish their position. Oh no, that doesn't bounce enough. But again, the fully charged Wild Assault getting through the armor. Minus frames, we're pressing 2D. Deflect Shield, wow, they're just burning all of it. Upgrade still has a Deflect Shield if they want to do it here. Went for the backdash instead, paying for it for their lives. Have to RC, yep. Oh, YRC back. 5D won't combo this time. Tried to go for a Mega Fist as a whip punish on that forward Mega Fist, but unfortunately clipping into the Mega Fist of Swags. Very nice. Recognizes the incoming slide head, does it a little later. God, I'm stumbling on my words. Mega Fist, anti-air on the landing, works out, big buster, big damage. Or, I mean, in case of Potemkin, oh, hard bait? No, there was nothing to bait, was there? What? The backwards Mega Fist actually... what? Hello? Touches the armor of Hammerfall, but the Hammerfall resolves before... Was that point for swag? I was too out of my body. Too outside of myself for that situation. I think that was swag. If that was an upgrades point instead, let me know. Damn. Right with the jump in. Oh, just reading that upgrade is not patient enough to hold it. Oh, this time it will collide with the Aegis Reflector though. Get out of there. I mean that a lot of the times, not just the hammer falls, but the heat tackles have been combined with 50 meter in the pocket as well. And this should be it. Yes, indeed. So like, even though both of these players are swinging the heat... Oh, this time it actually clashed! Both went for the perfect timing. From the perfect angle. No time for a handshake this time. Backwards Mega Fist calls out the White Wild Assault. That's a big win for Swag. Fast RC, get into your best situation, which is the Garuda on block. Cashes out with the 5D. Looks like fifth time is the charm. And Swag is making it positive with their fully charged 5D hits. Lots of meter here. Chooses the backdash. YRC, I mean, you were... it's kind of like you already were kind of committed to the YRC no matter what hits you. So it's sometimes sometimes tragic when whatever hit you ends up being like minus on block. On the other hand, like it's only -3 on block, that Wild Assault, so if you really want the +10 instead, you certainly can take it if you are in a desperate situation. Purple RC is able to produce a strike before getting struck by the armor. Now both players whipping on the throw. I think throw-in vulnerabilities, so both of the busters will whip. Can't reach each other in any circumstances. And here we go with the tried and true method. Break their guard, deflect shield, get out of there. Oh, this White Wild Assault is actually gonna go through! It holds it for a great victory. Upgrade with a really nice read. I mean, at the point where you are Wild Assaulting, they saw the super is gonna come out. So even if they let go of the button, they could have pressed it again, and I think it still registers as a fully charged Wild Assault. Or wait, is it actually better to let go of the button so that you can get it out as soon as possible? I'm not actually sure. Nice, that was a very delayed reaction there on the armor. Oh, red RC produce an extra hit. Mega Fist is dangerous when the opponent... Oh, hello! Potemkin Mirror, big counter hit. Converts it to not in the proper way, it looks like. Heat tackle combined with the 50 meter. One of the tools in order to try to skip the neutral. Here's some neutral skip for you. Skips right back. And are you fucking kidding me? That Wild Assault is kind of powerful. If the opponent is too close, I think it's no good. You're just gonna get Wild Assaulted. Right, R/slash working as an anti-air. Tries it again. Not this time. Back Mega Fist indeed has a pretty good disjoint. I mean, forward Mega Fist as well. Armor. Purple RCs, the 5B, sorry, the jump B goes active for upgrade first. One of the few moments where you actually see jump B being used when you have to produce the fastest possible button that you can in that RC versus RC situation when both the Potemkins are canceling their armor frames. Upgrade makes it 5 even. So we are heading into the championship rounds here. 2 to go from an even position. The storyline is perfect. Hammerfall with punishing that too heavy. Whatever that was. Can the too heavy actually call out forward Mega Fist? Is that a thing in Potemkin Mirror? Oh yeah, there we go. The adjusted hitbox after the patch. If the opponent is in the air, they should get grabbed. I think in previous patches that might have potentially whiffed. But not this time.
Duel 2.
Once again, the walk back. Making the Kara Buster whiff. Oh, Swag whiffing a Buster of their own. Karagarudas working their way forward. Into it again. Deflect Shield buys some time for upgrade for a moment. But now we're tightly linked in there. There we go. We're 50% again. 3 for 3. Or three hits. 3 blocks. Swag. Some delay there for that flick. Gets the frame trap and now misses the super. I think that was meant to be a Gigantor. Get out of there. Nice. Well spaced there for an upgrade. And now forcing Swag into a situation. Nice. Deflect Shield. Able to negate the full 50 meter and a Buster! Perfect! The one who has the meter, the one who has more tension, will rule the Potemkin mirror. That's them rules. I don't make the rules. You have more meter than your opponent. You can always RC and get a +1 on them. Especially when it comes to Potemkin. Very committal. Alright, the delay is on upgrade side once again. Garuda, but hitting from very far away, straight into close slash. Probably thinking that Swag wanted to go for an immediate burst, so aborting the close slash starter. Swag still not willing to burst here. Perhaps might not want to burst at all. They should do enough damage, right? Right? Yes, indeed. Yeah, it was probably conscious choice at that point. If Swag chooses to burst, would burst into a very bad life disadvantage kind of a situation. Reset, jump slash, very classic Potemkin button can hit. Like you can hit jump slash from very early jump arc, making it hit like way faster than many other characters can hit their, you know, ascending jumping normals. Potemkin has always had that kind of a thing. Right, good patience until Swag hard commits into that chase with forward Mega Fist and finds the big hits. We got the combo. Dropping it in the end, I think conscious choice once again so that the opponent can't get away because of the wall break. Really great crowding, really great decision making, I think, for Swag. Like, I'm not a Potemkin player, but that looked like a winning play there. Not taking that combo, scraping them off the wall, and basically saying, all right, I need one more Buster. Any hit here is gonna kill it, and I don't have to go into the next screen with any, like, I'm not gonna give any advantage to my opponent. Amazing plays. 7-3. Upgrade. Getting their first ring, getting their first game on Bounty Hunters. And getting really close to getting the win as well. But not this time, not yet. Perhaps next will be it. But speaking of next, we have one more to go. Thunder Kitty, Johnny Player from Norway, and our first comer here, Justplay, Kai. Kai again. Very interesting character in my opinion. We don't see enough Kai. Kai has had sort of the unfortunate... I mean, this is honestly Kai on any Guilty Gear game. He's kind of like the middle of the road kind of Shoto character, but never really achieving the sort of position that other very standard characters get to, such as like Sol. Had a little bit of that in Exert as well, in ACPR in previous games too. So a little overshadowed by perhaps the stronger neutraling characters of most Guilty Gear releases. But then you see a really good Kai player you know, do their thing, and you're like, huh. Fundamentals really are cool and amazing and fun to watch. So we need Thunder Kitty. So Kai tends to be that one character, like you're just jack of all trades, and you usually refuse to be zoned by any character. Like you're not locked onto on the ground fireball trajectory either. Even against characters who technically have better range than you on the ground, Kai has always had the opportunity to go airborne, throw fireballs. Jump day has always been there. Can have all sorts of different angles, all sorts of, you know, all sorts of options to fight being zoned. And I guess the reason why I'm bringing it up is because Johnny is quite the far range character. But Johnny also is, you know, if you whiff buttons on Johnny, that's very, very dangerous. A lot of your, for example, heavy button whiffs tend to be as whiff punishable as some of like the worst buttons of Nago Ryuki. Like case in point, Nago 2 heavy is something like 60 frames of recovery. And Johnny like 5 heavy, 6 heavy buttons like that have kind of the same. On the other hand, you could argue that like who the frick whiffs 6 heavy on Johnny? Like that button is massive. That button reaches like almost from the other side of the screen. But I mean, if the opponent's character is not available, might be airborne, for instance. The guy definitely has some things that he can do from that airborne position. As a Johnny, you're also sort of vulnerable against low profiling pokes as well. And Mr. Kisk here has his signature sliding move, Stun Dipper, which goes under a lot of stuff. No longer a 5-framer, I believe, but still very fast startup, and I think the difference is usually like the slower startup usually doesn't make a difference for the situations where you want to play it, right? And for your frame traps, you can just adjust and do the move a little earlier than perhaps in previous patches. Right, but Justplay, first time on Bounty Hunters, Thunder Kitty has become part of the regulars, part of the Norwegian invasion. Justplay, of course, representing France, or hailing from France.
Duel 1.
Let's see how it goes. So starting with the right round start option here, going straight into the 6P. It's a very strong option because Far Slash from Johnny is one of those buttons that are not very easily challenged by anybody. In fact, you like have difficulties jumping it or even backdashing it. Big counter hit. It's the counter hit effect of the Mistfinder, giving you some extra better combos from previous patch. Tries the reaction check, but Justplay's like, nah. Nah, sister, not this time. I ain't gonna be about that life. Missing the whip, Mistfinder. Is it really that? Does it hit so? Is it that stubby? Get the guard crush and then dash forward 5k. Check the movements. Yeah, there's the Far Slash again. I bet you're not gonna do the 6P twice in a row. With big damage, throw them, we get the deal, we get to mix them up. Guard crush. Oh, was trying to double it up into another one, but Justplay having none of that. I think those, especially though, like when you're trying to go for a slightly greedier deal, kind of an option, you open yourself up to getting thrown or getting mashed or getting jumped out. I'm not the best Johnny knower in the world. Like some of Johnny's more technical and more frame advanced stuff is slightly above me, or goes over my head. Thunder Kitty opens it up 1-0. Putting those super high damaging Johnny combos on board right from the get-go, saying like, if you don't defend yourself smartly, I will come and just, oh, speaking of those combos, Thunder Kitty was thinking that Justplay wanted to burst there immediately, so dropping the big combo, still waiting for it. I think Thunder Kitty is one of those players who love trying to take the burst as much as possible, which already during the second game, Justplay might be getting a little bit of a hunch off. And if that kind of, you know, if that kind of trend continues, Justplay might just get a lot of value out of those hard baits. I mean, it is realistic to, like, you could, for example, say, I'm actually not gonna use my burst meter for bursts at all. I'll just wait for you to drop your combo, and then I'll use it for Wild Assault instead, if my life is like too low to justify the bursts. Nice mash there against the, wait a second, is that actually mashable? The frame trap into Ensenga? Here we go, hold them steady, into a throw. Johnny is, of course, really good at producing those hard to react or maybe impossible to react throw situations for when you take the Mistfinder stance. There is an opportunity to dash forward, cancel into a throw, but it's kind of hard to see between like backdash, hold Mistfinder, and then release the Mistfinder, or you could dash forward and release the Mistfinder as well. So it's like, oh no, oh no! Where the deck going? Where the card going? Somehow Thunder Kitty getting out of that sticky situation still, able to deal into the guard crush, throw them towards the corner, big value, and now kind of didn't even need that card there, crushing the guard immediately, and so it goes. We are all about that guard crush looping life. Same way, Goat Lewis is about that. Same way, Bedman is about that. And here it begins once again. Good DP getting out of there. However, backdash close slash. Thunder Kitty putting Justplay in the corner again. Had exact the amount of resources to make this very valuable for her trouble. And now we got the, ooh, nice deflect shield. I think that was probably one of the few things that Justplay could do there to not let Thunder Kitty get into a literal checkmate situation. However, 50 meter ready to go. We can go. Yes, OT, or rather TK Mistfinder. Justplay was ready for that overhead though. Reacts to that bluff draw, or deal rather. Thunder Kitty again, just one step ahead. Ready to make all of the aggressive plays. Thunder Kitty is one of those players who plays super fast, so if you can't match her pace, you could find yourself getting KO'd really, really fast. Right, read there, 2K2D hits, prompting immediate burst from Thunder Kitty. Now nice air scoop! Taking these plus frames, and close slash, catching the backdash. Big call-outs. Now went for the soft knockdown instead here, with punish attempt from the Sacred Edge. Electricity is being still, that was so smart. Hold the Mistfinder stance, teleport forward in the air, and then unleash it. The special movement options of Johnny coming to play there. Too bad for Thunder Kitty, that didn't seem to get a knockdown hard enough to be able to get any sort of pressure going on. And at that point you were just too low life to do anything. But now here she comes. Oh, too close though. Recognizes the spacing. Justplay just ready to DP that and bait the burst as well. Or sorry, the burst. That's exactly the thing that we baited. All right, no deal. Just a safe jump this time. Skip to the other side. I think that was without electricity. And since Thunder Kitty stood up to block it, it is actually going to be minus for Kai. Break the walls of knockdown. Kai has the resource lead here. What are we going to do? RC, you're still in my sights! Very meaty Puuro leading into plus frames. And leading into the first game win for Justplay. Not too late, definitely not too late. The chase is still on. Thunder Kitty is only at 3 points. Nice 5B, that was a big anti-air. Very unassuming animation when you think about it. You would think that like the big counter hit that you get from 6B would deal more damage, but a lot of the times 2Bs, sorry, not 2Bs, 6Bs are just way too much proration to make any sort of big combos happen. DP. And then answering back with a reversal of their own. Thunder Kitty spends the 50 meter. The card is falling down from the sky, and you have to respect it to a certain extent. Thunder Kitty was, I think, was delaying the setup so much that I think was looking for a DP there once again. Yeah, that's gonna be a punish. Minus 15, I believe, on the missed finers without the card. Alright, 5D charge, comboing into, I like that, keep the opponent still, slice the card, get them go. Nice. I think Thunder Kitty could have taken the wall break on the previous combo there, but she set it up so that the card was then very delayed, falling down from the sky, so that you would set up the perfect guard crush there. Tried to go under the fireball with 6B, but mistiming it by just a little bit. Alright, first one, didn't hit. Second one, big value. It's either almost half of your life or your burst. Once again, choosing to take the soft knockdown here, Justplay. Choosing to go with the stun dipper, one of the faster options there at the round start. That was a lot of damage, in fact. Comes the stance. Ooh, trying to reach for the bar slash. Very rare side of Kai's bar slash actually not reading that or reaching that range. Justplay has to be very careful here. No burst to get rid of that risk. However, we are out of that sticky situation. At one point, Justplay was literally at like 75% risk, so one hit from Thunder Kitty would have absolutely murdered her. Electricity applied. Now we're playing with the footsies. Thunder Kitty getting the best of it. 50 meter ready to go. Ready to break it. Yep. No any kind of shenanigans. Just throw the Joker trick. Get the wall break. Into a heavy jump. Chewy jump? Heavy jump? Safe jump. One more touch. What's it gonna be? Deflect shield. Yep. Understandable. Have a good day. But you are in a situation where you literally, like, you're gonna get chipped out if you don't block, or if you block. But if you do block, then oh, what a whiff punish! Are you kidding me? That's not even inable. Thunder Kitty having some fun here with the spacing. Falls straight into the S fireball, but doesn't let that worry her too much. 2K2D. Once again, Thunder Kitty is very active with that burst, ready to burst momentum, momentum burst Justplay into the corner whenever possible. Justplay is nearing that 100 burst as well, which might come into play here. Hard bait. Drops the combo. And Justplay getting so much value. Now, it could be used for Wild Assault instead. And she does. Sacred Edge runs straight into it. I think that was that a punish? There is no punish text, but that...
Duel 1.
The current 15 frame forward dash, definitely vulnerable there. And I think it was the hard bait. The hard bait allowed Justplay to get into the driver's seat, and then spend all of that burst resources that didn't went into the blue burst into just checkmating. Cool combo, the Kai special. Finished it up with the heavy DP for maximum damage. Ah, the PK Mistfinder. Respecting a little too much, but I mean, what can you do? YRC gives +10. Airtight low. Thunder Kitty marching forward very aggressively. However, marching a little too far, too fast. Straight into the loving embrace of the Swordmans. Ah, but that's a shimmy. That's gonna be a big launch. Can take the wall break if she wants. Yep, goes for it. Damage ender. Ooh, we're playing footsies like this, huh? Straight into the heavy fireball. That's actually a big starter. There we go, Sacred Edge. RTL will do a little bit more damage, but this will ensure that we get the electricity. 100 meter. Oh, Thunder Kitty used. What? I thought that was the perfect play there. RC bait out the RTL, but I think Thunder Kitty already had committed to the button, and yeah, she kind of had to. Because next couple of hits, one of those, like the next hit or the next hit after that would have kind of killed. So it was like do or dead kind of a situation. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Right, Brave Mash. This time it's Justplay's turn to go for the momentum burst. Keep the opponent cornered. Both of these characters are very good at boxing the opponent in the corner. Nice, goes for the air throw. And catches the backdash. That's a big fat backdash catch. Damn. Alright, positive bonus and a soft or hard-ish knockdown. Into the fast RC. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Justplay. Drawing very close to Thunder Kitty's score here. Thunder Kitty started really fast and furious with 3 consecutive wins. Backdash close slash, biggest value you could ever have in Guilty Gear. And here we go, juggle with the heavy DP, looks so beautiful, does so much damage. Kai is definitely a damage character when it comes to the corner starters. Or corner combos, rather. Ooh, I think, yeah, assumed the Mistfinder stance, so he's gonna take the guaranteed punish there. Trading into it, but the problem is Thunder Kitty can't afford to trade anymore. Another hit from the fireball. Ooh, big hit flow. Slash starter for Thunder Kitty. We're gonna go into the corner, set it up. Ooh, didn't get the clean set up here. Good backdash, very delayed. And the DP. Wait, was that a heavy DP actually? Or, no, I think that was the S1. Alright, Justplay has been able to equalize the situation. 4-4. Now the ball is on Thunder Kitty's court to somehow recover from that and make the counter adjustment. Having to take the heavy fireball, caught from that backdash. The double forward dash, it's so good. After, you know, cutting the 2 frames, or is it? No, 3 frames, right? Or 2 frames? 2-3 frames from the full duration of the forward dash. It adds up when you do multiple dashes in a row, and you can get fast. You can, you know, cover ground so much faster now in the newest patch. Forcing the deal situation. Deflect shield is so good there, though. That was probably the only way that Justplay could have counterplayed that situation. Otherwise, she will have to take the guard crush. Has to take it anyway. Yeah, the turn up. Big hitbox will reach even after that backdash. That's the tricky thing. For a 2D round start here. Very big round start. Damn. 2D is kind of hitting hard. To the other side, gets a cross-up jump K on the way out. And now there could be Futrearch into plus frames. Yep, cash out with that. Electrify again. That's a hit. Gets a little combo even. I don't think I've ever seen that combo from that range. And again, is it the Futrearch? Or is it something else? Dashing forward, no fear from Thunder Kitty as per usual. We're gonna take this to the corner. We have the 50 meter set up. Oh, making it very safe, but now can't have the kill, can't have everything. But Justplay at such a low amount of health. Won't be able to disengage from the Mistfinder stance before the super comes out. However, it's not the worst case. That's not that one. Oh, there we go again. Thunder Kitty with the whiff punish. With Joker trick of all moves. I mean, it is a very fast super.
Duel 1.
So it does make sense, but it is not invulnerable by any measure of the word. So you do take a little bit of a risk. Right, waiting for the hard bait. Oh, there we go. If I can't get it with a hard bait by dropping my combo, then I'm gonna take the burst by RCing my combo. The burst bait has been in the making for pretty much the duration of the whole set so far. And Thunder Kitty, like, I swear, Thunder Kitty does so many hard baits, but then they're all set up for the last couple of rounds when she gets really, really good burst baits out. It always tends to be the same thing, right? Good idea, but was a little late there. The heavy fireball has a lot of startup, so should be reactable. Depends on the spacing as well, I reckon. Set up the heavy fireball. Once again, lots of plus frames. Yeah, that S fireball is quite minus, and that's been the catalyst for Thunder Kitty to find her turn out of that pressure situation. Is that a kill? Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Tried to go for what looked like 6B, but a little too late. Now Justplay is on a crash course with the wall. Even Steven situation. No meter to RC that. Oh, he got away with murder. Didn't commit into the hard bait, and here comes the chip damage. I think Thunder Kitty was kind of looked like she was standing, so might have been chip damage, might have been low. But I guess none of that is relevant here. The relevant thing here is that we are once again at a very important point. If Thunder Kitty gets this, it's 6. But Justplay could just as well bring it 5 points even. Pressure opportunity. Again, very keen sense for the backdash. Using FD initially and then backdashing so that bar slash just can't quite reach. YRC. Unfortunate kind of hit back and forth. The YRC ends up not bringing any value, but nor does the bait on the reversal when hitting it so, or blocking it so high up in the air. This reversal isn't gonna kill, but Thunder Kitty could perhaps have some sort of a opportunity here. Yeah, from the guard crush into just a simple low. Thunder Kitty moves into 6 points first. Now it's 3 in a row or nothing for Justplay, but she did it earlier. In fact, I think she got like 4 points in a row earlier, so, you know. Adjustment, counter adjustment, and then the counter adjustment. Definitely possible. Nice, into a big counter hit. Look at this damage. Oh, the air to air. The swag combo. Hello, where's the jump knee going? Going to the other direction, but it still connects. Dealing into the skies. Jesus, take this. My calling card. Unfortunately, nobody was there to catch it. Right through the wall. Thunder Kitty with a 51st meter. So we can do shenanigans here, dancing back and forth. That's experience of many games here. Kind of knowing what you know people usually tend to do out of those situations. They see you drifting forward. Their fastest option is indeed the throw. Justplay looking to push the corner situation. Mistfiner and another Mistfiner. First an Abare Mistfiner out of the corner, assuming the up Mistfiner stance, get the anti-air, get the combo. Ooh, speaking of combos. Even if the card wasn't able to be utilized here, very decent amount of damage here. 40% of Justplay's life. Now Justplay looking to return the favor in kind. Yes, it is so long in counter hit recovery. And here comes Justplay, 2P, maybe checking if Thunder Kitty wants to spend that 50 meter on a YRC. Ah! That reversal on the meaty. And here comes Thunder Kitty again. Has to block this guard crush. Good backdash from both players. Pro players have been playing these backdashes very well. And that could be the kill. Yes, indeed. Get the stall. The wall stuck. And still in it to win it. Two more. Two more. Only two. It's only two. How hard can it be? It's like double elimination bracket. I mean, it's not even like double elimination bracket. It's like, you know, easier than normal double elimination bracket. Just win twice and we're good. Alright, Stun Dipper from downtown gets the hit initially. Deeping in that space is kind of dangerous if Johnny is very well spaced away from you. YRC puts a stop to Thunder Kitty's plan only momentarily, for she is approaching from the sky. Jump slash counter hit into a big wall stick. That rhymes, kind of cool. Yeah, no doubt using the meter to skip past in there, especially after that deflect shield. I think it's gonna... It's tough because after that deflect shield, I feel like the deflect shield was played at a point where Thunder Kitty would have gone for the pressure reset, like the Volt Deal RC anyway. So perhaps Justplay would have had to like DP her way out of there. But now Justplay in a good place. Perhaps, not sure mentally, but in terms of, you know, at least the resource situation. Thunder Kitty evens it up. Oh, bluffs that throw. And another one. Go for it again. And then set point. This could be your life. Close slash. Go for the two throws and then the strike at that point. Even though it is just a strike throw, that was probably one of the nastiest, one of the most uncomfortable decisions in Justplay's career. Is she gonna go for it again? That's what all of us would have been asking ourselves. Is she gonna go for it again? It's so simple, yet so difficult. Another 5-7, very close game, and Justplay had the makings of being able to bring it back 6-6 even. But this is how it goes for now. Amazing matches back and forth tonight. I think we had a lot of 5-7s, which is like decently abnormal. And it is past 8 p.m. CEST, which I think means that at least gender neutral is on currently. Let's see what options we have for a raid at the moment. While I'm looking for that raid target, I would like to thank you all once again for coming into our humble little show. It is so much fun. I would be doing this whether or regardless if people were watching or not, for this is, you know, what can I say? The bitch loves commentating Guilty Gear. So if I can provide value while doing that, holy shit, that's kind of nutty. Yeah, I'm gonna send you guys to it. So it's not gender neutral, it's gender cross up, right, nowadays. So thank you all of you for watching. If you want to join my or our humble little event next week, it is certainly possible. Join Discord. I'll post sign-up forms in a moment. But otherwise, it's goodbye from me for now. Stay safe. Keep playing Guilty Gear. We'll see you again next Sunday with more, you know, first 7 action. Till then, enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye.